everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day, and Merry Christmas to those of you that are celebrating Christmas. And for those that are not, Happy Holidays. Hope you're having a good time, spending time with loved ones, family, friends, and anybody that you feel is important in your life. Those of you making phone calls to friends or family that you haven't talked to in a while. So everything's quiet on the Foodie Beauty front. She still has not surfaced, although we know that she's back in Canada. There's been plenty of evidence that have surfaced recently to show that she is back in Canada. A couple of things. She did a cameo where she used one of her own dresses as the background so that nobody would know where she's at, although it's obvious she's not in Thailand and she's not in Kuwait, because if she were, she wouldn't cover up the background. Also, somebody sent Chantal a couple of phishing emails which pinged off of her location, and the location that was found was Cornwall, Canada, which is where her family lives. So it's obvious that Chantal is spending time with the family. She's not surfaced, but she's back in Canada, y'all. So I know everybody is spending time with family and friends on this wonderful holiday, and just you're having a bit of a celebration. I've got some time today, and I wanted to go over a couple of deleted videos of Chantal's, do a retro react. This one might be of a longer nature. The first one is going to be part one from MARLEY HENDRIX, a deleted Christmas stream that she did. And the other one is one that I'm not quite sure if all of you have seen yet. I do understand that there are some people that maybe you jumped into the Foodieverse a little bit late, but the other video is when she did kind of a B&E on Nader. Like she was attempting to break into his house due to the fact that during that entire day, they were playing games with each other. She wouldn't answer the phone when he called, and then he didn't answer the phone when she called. The Beezers were gassing her up, so she drove over to his house, and she checked the doorknob, and she peeked in the window. So I don't know if anybody has seen that yet, but for those that have not, please allow me to show it to you as well as react to it so that you do know, so you are aware. So that's what I'm doing today. There's no Twitter stuff to go over because things are rather quiet on Twitter. So let's go over the deleted videos courtesy of the channel MARLEY HENDRIX. Let me bring the first one up, and I will leave the links for both videos in the video description for those of you that want to find MARLEY HENDRIX. Maybe you don't know about the channel. Really great channel. Really great channel. Highly recommended. So let me just back this up. And as you can see, a look back at Foodie's deleted Christmas livestream meltdown part 1. And this was taken 12/24/2021, which would make it exactly 3 years ago that she did this live. So I hope you guys enjoyed this react. And for those of you that do enjoy it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And thank you in advance. So without further ado, take it away, Foodie.
About today. Oh. Is that better? Maybe I should put the smoothing filter back on. Why not? The smoothing filter exists for a reason, right? For people like me. Hi, everybody. Well, sorry, Flop Era. I did not order any humble.
Okay, I'm actually gonna slow it down. Marley speeded it up. Oh, excuse me. So sorry. She speeded it up, but I'm going to slow it down just a bit, just a hair, because I want to understand what Foodie is saying. I have a hard time with speeded up voices. Go ahead, Foodie.
Why today? I have my festive lipstick on for you and a festive pimple. It's red. And my teeth are yellow. Holy, are they ever yellow? Or is it just me? No, they're yellow. Like actually yellow. It's okay. Yellow's the new white. All right, who do I have to say hi to here? Carolee.
Is it me, or do her teeth look like they were in better shape 3 years ago than what they do now?
Abby, okay. Is it the green? No, Chantal Stalker. Gabriel, James Matthews, Jake, Virgil. Joe, no, very high. You can be there. Tapu, Brooke, the taxi. Those on forever. Oh, actually, on hang hours. What do you
Marley speeded up her saying hello to everybody. I love that.
I'm caught up. Wow, I'm pretty good. That English major stuff came in handy. I used to have to speed read just to get through. Yeah, okay. Hi, how you doing, Catacomby? And I still puked in the bathroom sometimes. I'm thinking of taking a job. I'm thinking of taking a job with one of these weed companies.
You know, whenever Chantal talks about getting a job, it's always somewhere that she thinks she might be able to benefit. Like she talks about wanting to work at a fast food restaurant because she loves fast food. And then here it is 3 years ago, she's talking about getting a job at a weed shop. Chantal, even if you did manage to get a job at a dispensary, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think they're not going to notice if you take some of their supply? You would go to jail for that, ma'am.
They know who I am, and they're like, we're looking for drivers to drive around weed. You can make like $2,000 a week delivering weed. That's all you have to do. Deliver weed.
She wouldn't be interested in making the money. She'd be interested in the prospect of, lifting up a few of the goods along the way.
I mean, what do you think? I mean, wouldn't that be productive? A job. And they know who I am. Like, I'm totally unemployable. Sam Smelly Neckbeard. Finally back from Nader, I see. Sam Smelly Neck! Look at it, guys. Yeah, guys.
Oh. Okay, so at this point, Nader and Chantal were seeing each other after their 1,275th fourth public fight. They apparently made up. Well, I wouldn't call it a true makeup because they weren't in love. This was not a real relationship. It was a situationship. And the situation was she was lonely. She wanted companionship. Nader wanted the money. So they came to an agreement of, if I give you companionship, you give me money and pay all my bills and pay all of my rent. And that was the agreement between them. Kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it? Kind of the same agreement that she had with Salah.
You're not going to believe me, but I got hungry last night. Payday! Yes! My first purchase. I told my accountant, like, I need to budget. I never budget these things. I don't budget these things. I get a job.
For those who are wondering, what is that? What does she have in her hand? Edibles. Edibles. And for those who weren't around during Crackhead Olympics, allow me to give you a brief history of Chantal's party supply use. So when Chantal first started live streaming, her first ever live stream was on New Year's night, like December 31st. It was she and Pete's together. Chantal was online for 6 hours. She had a bunch of alcohol and food, and she was smoking out of her vape pen. She made a lot of money during that stream because it was her first ever. It was something completely unusual for her, and the Beezers were eating it up. She made so much money off that stream that a light bulb went off in her head. And she thought to herself, well, why would I ever do edited videos again? I can just turn on the camera and make money off the Google AdSense later and get membership signups out of it and super chats. I mean, it's just a win-win. 3 ways of making money versus just one. So she started off with, smoking the vape pen. And then the vape pen became the roll-ups. And then the roll-ups became the edibles. And she started off taking 100 to 200 milligrams at a time, which is a lot. That is a lot. But then the 100, 200 became 300, became 500, became 1,000, became 2,000, became 3,000. Yeah, it was stupid amounts of edibles. Chantal likes to use the edible use as a way to show off for the Beezers. She would just pop them in her mouth like Tic Tacs. And normally when you take edibles, you're supposed to take them and wait about, I would believe, 45 minutes to an hour for them to kick in. But she wasn't even going to wait for the edibles to kick in. She would just pop them in her mouth one right after the other. And then they would all, gang up on her to the point where she was incoherent. I can't even begin to tell you guys how many streams that she would do where she took so many edibles, she would literally be incoherent and unable to speak and literally nodding out on stream. It was insane. She'd be so numb, so zombified that she couldn't even function.
Job in a dispensary. I would take a job in the dispensary. I would get some really comfortable shoes. I would get a stool and just say, look, I'm partly disabled. Can I just have it in the corner when there's downtime? They probably would share.
Wait a minute, what? What did you just say? Pardon me? Wait a minute. Huh?
Yes.
I have to hear that part again. The part about disabled. I was just wanting to check to make sure that I heard what I thought I heard. If she would go there and claim to be disabled, I'm double checking that part.
My first purchase. I told my accountant, like, I need to budget. I never budget these things. I don't budget these things. I get a job in a dispensary. I would take a job in the dispensary. I would get some really comfortable shoes. I would get a stool and just say, look, I'm partly disabled. Can I just have...
Oh, no, she didn't. I did hear that part the way that I thought I heard it. So she would just bring in a stool and claim to be partially disabled when she's not disabled? How dare you, madam? How dare you claim to be partially disabled when you're not disabled? You got nerve. You got real nerve. Claiming to be disabled so you can sit down. Really?
Have it in the corner when there's downtime. They probably would share. I would work in a dispensary. Like every morning, drive up the road to one of the dispensaries, get my Starbucks right next door. There's usually a Starbucks right near every fucking cannabis store around here. And work a few hours. I would fucking love that.
Oh, wait a minute. Chantal, you're thinking you could just walk into a dispensary and get a job and only work a few hours a day? You're not counting on the fact that those who work in dispensaries, they have to put in a full work day, like 8 to 10 hours a day. You're just going to walk in and no hassle, no pressure, just walking for an hour or two and work, and the boss is going to be okay with that.
I would honestly love that. I might go into one of the dispensaries and be like, can I talk to your manager? I'll be like, look, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a complete shit show.
Oh, Lord. Wow. So you're going to walk into a dispensary, which has nothing to do with YouTube. Nothing at all. Not in no way connected. And you're going to go in there and you're going to tell your boss, hey, I'm a big YouTuber. And because I'm a big YouTuber, you should hire me. And remember, y'all, at this point in time, she wasn't even at 100K. She was a lot lower. So someone who's not even at 100K or 1,000,000 subscribers, you're going to walk into a place of business that is about dispensing green products. And you're going to brag about being a YouTuber, and the boss is going to look at you sideways like you got 3 heads, because it's not going to make any sense why you're bringing that up. Has nothing to do with the job.
And I'm trying to do something productive in my life, and the only thing I like doing is getting high.
So people in the chat noticed how animated she was acting. I realized this is sped up, but even now she's acting weird. Yep.
So can I please work at your dispensary? You think that would go over well? Oh my God. Why do I need it?
For the record, those of us that watched Chantal, because she was streaming 8 to 10 hours a day, we could always tell when she was, shall we say, in an altered state. Like when she'd taken something. Sometimes she'd be on really slow speed. Sometimes she'd be really energetic, like she is now. And she later confessed that she did the party powder, the nose powder, a lot. She was buying quite a bit of that and doing quite a bit of that. And it worked for her because the party powder, it kept her up all day. It cut her hunger. It gave her the ability to talk nonstop for 8 to 10 hours a day. So it's like she used it to do the crazy live streams that she did.
Need another job? No. It wouldn't even be for the money. Like, they could pay me minimum wage and I would do it.
You wouldn't be happy with that.
That's the thing. I would get paid minimum wage. I don't care. It would be weed money. There you go. It would be weed money. I'd probably get a weed discount. And
yeah, but how are you going to deal with a job, Foodie? Listen, you are dead spoiled on YouTube. You're so used to getting your way all the time and getting up when you want to get up and going to sleep when you want to go to sleep. When you have a job, unless you're working for yourself and you can determine your own hours and work when you want to, if you're working on somebody else's dime and they're paying you, when they say you have to come in at 8 o'clock in the morning and be at work until 6 o'clock at night, that's your schedule. There is no fixing that. There is no arguing that. If the boss says, I'm paying you a certain wage for a certain number of hours, if they say you have to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning, you got to be up at like 7 and start getting ready and be out the door and be there at 8 and stay there until your shift ends. And you being used to the YouTube life, you would never be able to adhere to somebody else's schedule.
oh, hi, Jamie. No, it's not forced. I do miss you guys. What? You don't think I'm capable of doing it? I worked for many, many years of my life, guys.
Yeah, about that. So Foodie has had a variety of different jobs over the years, but pretty much every single one of them, she got fired. She got fired for taking too long lunch breaks. She got fired for not showing up to work, for leaving early. I mean, one of her jobs, from what I understand, she worked at a hospital and she was let go. They gave her an unspecified amount of money to keep quiet and just go away. But she has never stuck with any job that she ever had. She always was let go.
Mostly in offices. But I did used to work on my feet. Sometimes I worked in fast food before.
That was when you were a teenager, and then you sucked at that too.
Retail. Biotin. Yeah, I need to get some biotin. So I was really hungry yesterday, and I had heart. It was actually really good. Like, it was really good. And speaking of,
yeah, like she went to go see Nader.
which heart is full of B vitamins. So I'm hoping to like increase things naturally in my diet too, like just try to eat healthier now that I really enjoy it more. Reality TV chick.
Apparently, she gave him a ride to the store, bought everything he picked, filmed, edited, uploaded his video, and in return, she got nothing, literally and figuratively.
Just sending you some money to spite the haters. Thank you, reality TV chick. Is that why you watch me? Because my life is a messed up Z-grade reality show. Look at my teeth. Help a little. What's gross? Oh, the heart. No. If you like lamb, it tastes like, it looks like steak after you sliced it like that. Cutting out the aorta and stuff is gross. But it's just like a muscle. It's just like a piece of meat, right? The heart. But
okay, let's talk about Foodie's relationships for a minute. So there's been a few people in Foodie's life that they've tried to help her get healthy or promote healthier habits, starting with BB. I don't know about Pete, but I know about BB. When BB found out that Chantal had a problem with food, he found the pizza boxes in the closet that she hid. And she also had a medical emergency. She literally had to go to the emergency room because she ate too much cheese. BB did what he could to fix things. Although the problem that Chantal has, it's over her head and it's over his head too. I mean, he's not a psychiatrist. He is not a therapist. He doesn't know anything about food addiction. She needs professional help. But BB urged her to eat healthy. She got a gym membership. I mean, he really tried. Like, from the scope of knowledge that he had, he really tried. He urged her to get healthy, and Chantal absolutely refused. Nader tried to get her to eat healthy. She didn't want anything to do with that. She would throw tantrums if he tried to get her to eat healthy, or she threw a tantrum once because he wanted her to go take a walk with him. And then there's Salah. Salah has tried to get her to eat healthy. You remember those diet plan meals that got delivered? So, like, for all of the want of love that Chantal says she has, like, she wants to be loved, she wants to be in a relationship. Yet when she's around anybody that suggests, hey, Chantal, why not get healthy? Why not eat healthy? Why not fix this problem? She absolutely refuses. She chooses food over companionship and love every single time. She just doesn't understand just how powerful and out of control her food addiction is.
Apparently organ meat is so much more nutritious. So I've just been like looking more into like proper nutrition, like because I know like I'm lacking estrogen, I'm lacking a lot of probably vital vitamins. I want to get like a full panel done when I see my doctor.
Yeah, like Foodie had a hysterectomy a while ago. She should be on hormone replacement therapy, but she's not. That might be part of the reason why she's lost part of her hair. Another reason could be, just genetic pattern baldness. Another reason could be lack of good food in her diet. But yeah, like it's no replacement therapy. I don't know if that affects the mood though. She does have bad mood swings.
I want to get like vitamin tested. The last time I was tested, of course, B12 deficient, just like most people. I don't think I'm not gonna say anything I'm doing anymore. I was supposed to stop doing that 3 years ago, and I still do it. I can't even stick to that. I'm consistently inconsistent. That's the only thing.
Foodie, I just had a thought. Now you're sitting here listening to you back in the day. I just had a thought. I've always wondered why you just won't turn your content into a different direction, why you always keep it on your own drama and the food and everything else. I think it ties into your narcissism. You don't want a hobby or an interest to be the star of the show. You want to be the star of the show. And you rely on negative attention. You want to be the center of attention. So you don't want to showcase anything that is not you. You don't want art or dancing or music or anything to be the star of the show. You want to be the star. You want to keep the spotlight strictly on you, so you keep yourself in the middle of a hurricane of chaos.
So, would I ever try brain? I would try it. I think I'm going to be the type of person I would try anything once within reason. Like, not if it hurts other people or something like that, but like for food, I would be totally down. And I don't know, I can't eat like, I don't know. I feel bad for the animals, but at the same time, I'm a meat eater. I appreciate their nutritional sacrifice. I do. I really do. Chicken hearts are good. Pig brains are good with script. My hairline is I ran out of fibers just before payday. No, I'm just joking. No, you know what it is? I forgot to spray them on. So I had the fibers after I had my shower.
Okay, for those that may be new to the Foodieverse, so you jumped in a little late. Hair fibers. So Chantal, she has been experiencing some hair loss. She's now completely shaved bald. She was using this spray-on powdery stuff on her hair to make it look like she had more hair than what she had. Just she was buying cans and cans and cans of that stuff, and it just got so bad that Nader couldn't stand it because when she laid her head down on a pillow or the bed, the inky black powder soot stuff would get everywhere. But like this, she was doing the hair soot, hair fibers back in the day when she still had more hair on her head.
And then if I don't spray them down, they just kind of blow away in the wind, I guess. I don't know. You've eaten a chicken heart. Yeah, and the lamb heart tastes like lamb, but mild lamb. And if you mix it with spices and peppers, it looked good. It looked like freaking steak, right? Or it looked like steak fajita. It was really good. Aw. I want to do a Christmas giveaway too. Because I do appreciate you guys, even though I bees around and worry you guys and all this other shit I do. So now I get the whole lying thing. Nader explained it to me actually. I said, you know how you look like a liar? You were just in your bed telling your viewers you want nothing to do with, you're never going to see me again. And 2 hours later, my video comes out. I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, according to Chantal, she never lies. She just changes her mind. And I've always said that when it comes to Chantal, you got to read the fine print. You know, you got to read the fine print with Chantal. If you ask her a question, you have to cover all the bases at one time. If you leave even one uncovered, she'll take advantage. If you want a complete answer, you got to cover all those bases. She will. She'll always find like a little loophole or clause in what you're saying to lie. It's the way she's always been. Always.
Yeah, that looks bad. But here's what happens. Here's what happens. At the time I tell you it's over and I'm never going back, that's what is in my head to do. Like, we're done and whatever. But though my feelings change very quickly. And you know I do that. I go through cycles of everything in my life. Like, my feelings are the worst and they're just more and more out of control. So, oh my God. Anyway, so that's the thing. Okay, so I'm sorry.
So Chantal's reasoning is, if she has a thought in her head, if she has an impulse and she follows the impulse, and the next minute after that, she does something different, to her, that is not lying to people. She's never been a person to say, you know, I'm thinking about saying something, doing something. Maybe I should sleep on it. Or maybe I should wait to tell people and see what happens. No, she just pops off at the mouth. And then in half an hour later, she does something different. And then when people call her out on it, she'll defend herself saying, I didn't lie. I just changed my mind.
So that's what I mean. I'm just not going to say we're over. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm not going to do that anymore, period. I'm not going to talk about Nader. The only thing I'm going to come on here and do, we're going to do the B budget. We need a secretary for this. Kels. I don't know where Kels is. And we're going to do content. And we're Mistress Rebecca. Welcome to Green Court Meters. Ready, set, bees.
You know, and this was back in the day when Chantal still cared about her channel. And she still cared about her content and herself. I mean, now that I'm rewatching this back again, because I saw this the first time, I thought back then that she didn't care. But here we are a few years later, and I realize now that she did care just a little bit. Like, she cared about her channel and she cared about her beezers. And she was all about that life of coming online and talking to people and doing constant content and sitting down and thinking of things to do to keep people entertained. She doesn't do that anymore. She's reached a place now where she is just completely unmotivated. She doesn't have any energy. She doesn't know what to do. She feels stuck. She's so lacking in ideas that she's going to other people and asking them, what should I do? What should I do for my channel? And the people she's going to, obviously they have bad advice for her. Obviously, they're not giving her good ideas, because the last few years have sucked. Whoever's talking to Chantal and getting in her ear and giving her ideas for her channel or content, Chantal, if you've got people on your payroll, I'd be firing those people right about now, because they have done you no favors. They have done you no kind of favors, girl. No. You had more success, more views, and more money with your channel when you were on the horse and you were riding it, and you were the one sitting down and brainstorming and thinking of things to do. When you were in control of things, things were a lot better. But then the moment you started to give up control to other people and give away your independence to other people, that's when things really started to go downhill. I don't know what is going on inside of you. This need of, in a weird way, trying to go back and create like a second childhood of sorts. You just want other people to take over and do things, and you could just lay back and eat your food and not think at all. But remember, you're a 40-year-old woman, okay? You're not 4. You can't relive your childhood. And you can't treat whatever guy that comes into your life as like a father figure who will take care of everything. There's no man in this world that you're going to meet that will be a father figure to you. Okay? You can't replace your dad with a strange man you meet on the street. So you might as well just stop.
No, I'm not back with him. I'm by myself. Maybe I do enjoy still eating there. Yes.
Okay, remember what I said about the fine print? So she said she's not back with him. But that does not mean she's not seeing him. That does not mean that she hasn't called him, that she's not talking to him on the phone or going to his house and spending time with him. See, there's the fine print right there. You have to ask the right questions with Chantal. Chantal, are you seeing or talking to Nader at all anywhere, online or offline? You got to cover all those bases. You can't leave any space for her to wiggle out of, or she will. So she's saying she's not back with him, meaning they're not in a relationship, and she might be telling the truth. And in her mind, if she's telling the truth, she's not lying. But she knows what people are really asking her, so she's telling her version of a truth to get past the issue. But look at her face. Look at that face. Look at it. She's saying, I'm not back with him, but look where her eyes are. She's not even looking at the camera. When you lie, you won't look at the person you're lying to. You will look away because you know you're lying.
I also like the feeling of freedom too. Honestly, I do. Remember, you just feel, I don't know. Anyway, so because it's messed up and because I don't like you guys thinking that I'm lying to you and I'm just changing my mind a million times because everything is chaos and just ridiculous at this point, it's better to just not say anything and to promise you guys things I can never deliver. So
yeah, like she feels like she doesn't say anything, if she stays quiet, like silence is her friend. She's like, if I don't say anything, I won't get in trouble with Nader and I won't get in trouble with my beezers. So silence is key. When you're a liar and everybody knows you're a liar and you know that when you open your mouth, you're going to say too much, the best thing you can do is shut up. So she shuts up and she doesn't reply to questions about where she's been and who she's with.
Right? Don't you think so? I'm thinking, why do people think I'm on something harder? Like, what do I do behavior-wise? And my behavior is that of somebody who is smoking crack and PCP. But I don't do it. I'm just weird.
Yeah, where did those come from? Why did you use those as an example? Yeah, why did you bring that up, Chantal? Although you remember you made that video where you told everybody that you were addicted to Coca-Cola, that you bought $4,000 worth of Coca-Cola, that you were addicted to it. And that's not counting the other occasions where you told us that you bought $300 in, shall we say, button mushrooms. You know, the funny mushrooms that make you see things on the walls and the ceilings, the nice, pretty colors, that too. And you did confess to us also that you smoked out of somebody's used math pipe. I think you and Nader were into a variety of different chemical appetizers.
Okay? I'm clean. I'm weird. Sam Weistrummen. I'm just in a really good mood right now. It's like hard to be not positive. I want to talk in detail about the current arrangement you have with Zaddy Nads. Well, aren't you guys very curious?
Okay, little did we know, one small comment left on Nader's video would lead to Dee Dee entering the scene. It all goes back to Chantal. Chantal decided to bring Nader to the internet, introduce him to YouTube. She made him an entire YouTube channel. She created it. And on top of that, she filmed all the content. She edited all the content. She did all the thumbnails. She advertised his channel on her channel. Dee Dee, who's now currently with Nader, started out as a beezer for Chantal. If Chantal had not shown Nader off to the world, Dee Dee wouldn't have known about Nader. But because Chantal, she likes to play show and tell with her men, it ended up that Dee Dee ended up with Nader. And Chantal did not learn her lesson from that, because you guys saw what happened. She introduced Salah to the Beezers, promoted him, promoted his gaming channel. What happened? He ended up talking to Kybella. Another Beezer. When are you going to learn, Chantal, that if you want to keep men around, you can't bring them onto YouTube?
You guys know what's going on. Use your imagination.
Okay, so this is, who is this from? Honey Bunny says, Merry Christmas. It's nice to watch a video where Chantal isn't huffing and puffing and farting in the background. Trina says, so glad you said that. I can't like that comment enough. And Nader, the guy that she was so into, says, I agree. So Nader was throwing the shade at Chantal with that comment. Okay, moving on. Yeah, there's Nader's response right there. I agree.
Merry Christmas.
Uh-oh, blocked and moving on. Chantal came back. She came back on after seeing that comment. I think one of the Beezers in the chat told her about the comment, so she's like, hang on. And she had to go look. And y'all take a look at that mess behind Chantal. Again, this is how she chose to live. And this is how she made her pets live. She didn't have to. Miss Mama was making big money back in the day. Ridiculous amounts of money. Stupid amounts. 10, 15, 20, 30 grand a month. This one. Way more than enough money that you need to hire some help. You know, how much money does it take to hire a couple of maids 2 or 3 times a week? Someone to wash your clothes and clean your house and run your errands, and hire another person to take the cats back and forth to the vet and see to their care. She could have hired like 4 or 5 people to do all the work for her and had a nice clean house, well taken care of pets, everything in order, everything tidy, and not lift a finger. But she chose to spend her money on party favors and food. Her pets did not have a clean, healthy environment to live in. As a matter of fact, they live in absolute filth and became sick as a result. But I digress. I'm going off topic. Let's keep going.
This, I want
to. She's mad. She saw that comment and she's mad.
Tell my last words to Nader on here, because I'm sure you'll see this. Besides this.
Ugh, and she farts.
All right. Sorry.
So the person in the comments said, it's so nice, Nader, that you did something and Chantal wasn't there burping and farting in the background. And Chantal could have taken it a different way. She could have said, you know, maybe they're right. Maybe it's inappropriate to burp and fart in the background. and just be annoying and be gross. Maybe I should straighten up my behavior. No, she's going to get angry about somebody pointing out that it's annoying for someone to burp and fart in the background. And what does she do? She does this live stream where she's farting on camera.
I'm not doing this to be mean,
but
that's how you see it. But I blocked you everywhere.
That means nothing. In Chantal's world, if you're a guy that she likes, her blocking you means nothing. Because if she really likes you, and if she's obsessed with you, she will unblock you. Back in Crackhead Olympics, the blocking and unblocking, it was sort of like a manipulative game that she liked to play. And she would turn off the phone and turn on the phone just to be a beach. She paid the phone bill because she did not want Nader to have the power to have his own phone and his own phone number to where he could block her. She paid for it so she would have constant access to Nader. But the blocking and unblocking on the phone, on the social medias, it was a childish schoolyard girl type of game for her.
For myself. So I'm tired of like giving completely myself to you in every way.
Didn't she just say a minute ago that she was fine with things being casual? Now she's taking it back.
Like I watch your live stream, I watch your videos, and everything right down to the fucking spices you're using are mine.
Y'all hear that? That is the narcissist in her. Chantal's funny. When she wants to claim something, she'll claim it. When she doesn't want to, she won't. It's not the things that she gave Nader that hold sentimental value or real value with her. She didn't care about the pots and pans she bought him, or the food, or the clothes, or any other material thing that she gave him. The money that she used to buy those things, she didn't even really go out and earn herself. It was free, easy money from YouTube and the YouTube viewers. If anybody bought those things for Nader, it was all of the Beezers who bought those things, if we're going to get real. The Beezers and the people on YouTube who watched her live streams and her videos, they paid for everything. They paid for his food. They paid for his party favors and his booze. They paid for the clothes. For every little thing. The way that Chantal talks, she'd swear that she was going out working 3 jobs to support Nader and coming home after a 13-hour day every day. But that never happened, and that's not her, and that's not what she does. But this attitude of hers right now, oh, like every little thing I bought for him, because you chose to buy it for him. You made the choice to buy those things for Nader. And when you don't get what you want from him, you're trying to lay claim to Nader by laying claim to the things that you bought for Nader and pointing out all the things that you chose to buy for him. See, this is why you can't be friends with a narcissist, and you can't be in a relationship with one either. Because if they do one single solitary thing for you, they'll never let you forget it. They'll always remember, and they'll always bring it up. Narcs never do anything out of the goodness of their heart. there's always some sort of debt. If they loan you $5, even if you pay back the $5, they'll still throw it in your face. Remember that time I lent you $5? They'll try to use the fact that you were in a moment of need against you. They'll weaponize it. They'll weaponize their act of generosity, which really wasn't generosity. It was just them doing something to get leverage over you. But she did it all the time with Nader. She would get mad at Nader, and then she would point out stupid things that didn't matter. Like, I bought those spices, and I bought those pots and pans, and I bought that food. No, you didn't. YouTube bought that. Google AdSense bought that. The Beezers bought that. All you did was turn on a camera and talk while you were intoxicated and run your mouth. That's what you did. But you really weren't working. So trying to act like you were working hard, not going to work.
And you you even tell me I feel so bad when I see comments that he's using you, blah, blah, blah. And then I see comments like of you badmouthing me. Like when I seen a comment in his video comments, like, it's so nice not to have Chantal huffing and puffing around the kitchen.
Can I just say something as a YouTuber, as someone that I do videos? This person, Honey Bunny, they're a viewer. They're the ones watching the live streams, watching the videos. And as someone that you watch videos, if you're trying to watch a video or a live stream, there are things that sometimes will take away from the enjoyment of a video or a live stream. If there are noises going on in the background, it can be annoying as a viewer. Like if there's loud noises, if there's annoying noises, it's going to make you not want to be there. So this viewer is saying it's nice to watch a video where Chantal isn't in the background huffing and puffing and farting. Maybe this person, Honey Bunny, doesn't like hearing those sounds in the background, Chantal. They want a nice viewing experience, and you with your toxic ambient noises ruins it for them. Like this person is giving their point of view about what they find unpleasant. They're putting out, this is unpleasant to me and I don't like it.
And he wrote under that, I agree, thanks. You agree. But it's okay for me to huff and puff around your kitchen when I'm filming you and doing something for you.
And another thing, all the time that Chantal spent around Nader, what she could have done is, if she were truly generous, she could have said to Nader, look, I'm going to bring you on YouTube, but I've got my own main channel that I have to worry about. So here's what I'll do. For now, I'll film your content and I'll do the thumbnails and I'll do the work because you don't know how. But we're going to spend some time and I'm going to teach you everything you need to know, because you can become independent and do these things for yourself. And if you do, I can just worry about my main channel. She didn't do that though. She did not want him to know. She did not want him to have independence and make his own money. She wanted to be as integrated into his life as possible, and him being in a position where he needed her help so that he could not get rid of her. She wanted to essentially place him in a position where he could not escape her. And I'm not saying Nader couldn't have gone online and learned all of those things himself. I mean, there are many YouTubers that, like, nobody teaches us things. We learn ourselves. He could have done that. He didn't do that. He just got lazy. He got used to Chantal doing it all. But she could have taught him what to do so she could have focused on her main channel and not worried about his but she wanted to be dominant over him in a way by exploiting the weakness that he had for the lack of knowledge about how to do things on YouTube.
So I just want you to know I'm not here to talk about you. I'm not going to talk about you on my channel.
But you're doing it. You're doing it right now.
I just want to forget you. And you know why? That's all I'm going to say. And probably good for you also. Move on with your life.
Do you know how many times we heard these words from Chantal? During Crackhead Olympics, every other day, I'm done with him. I'm not talking to him anymore. We're through. I blocked him. He blocked me. Blah, blah, blah. She would swear she was done. And then a few days later, she started acting weird. And then we'd find out, because she would tell us, that she snuck over to his house.
And that's it. I have to just forget him.
Now, I want y'all to take a good look at this Chantal right here. This was a few years ago. You can see she wasn't looking very good at all. This was back when Chantal was partying with Nader constantly, doing the party favors. Like, she looked rough. She looked really rough. Like she'd been up all night, no sleep, bags under the eyes all glassy. This was a constant for Chantal. And I want y'all to think about the picture that is on Twitter right now. The one from her cameo with the leopard print background. She looks like she's 3 sheets to the wind. That's the Chantal that's coming home, or is home, from Kuwait. And Chantal, I'm just going to be straight with you. Okay? I'm going to be straight with you. You being back in Canada, surrounded by all the temptations, and you're lonely, it's going to be disastrous for you. You've been in Kuwait for how long? Away from your temptations. And during that time, you got no treatment. You did not go into inpatient. You did not cultivate coping skills or coping mechanisms for any of your impulsive behavior. You're not in recovery from any of your addictions, of which there are many. You're back in Canada, and you're like a bird that's been in a cage for too long. Like you're flying wildly all the way around. And temptation is everywhere. It's at the dispensary. It's in the grocery stores. It's in the convenience stores. It's at the Starbucks. It's at the Burger King, the McDonald's, the KFC. It's at the 99-cent store, the candy aisle. And especially at Nader's. Especially with him. You just got paid from YouTube. And you've also been doing cameos. You don't think that Nader's going to try to milk you dry for all the money you have in your pocket? He's not stupid. He knows you. He knows how impulsive you are. And if he doesn't catch you at payday and take all he can, you'll be broke in a week. Whatever you got in pocket, it'll be gone. So he's going to make sure to get his money before you spend it all on nonsense. But you being back in Canada, surrounded by all the temptations, a lot of them connected to your severe addictions, you better be careful. because you're at the edge. And I don't know what it's going to take to go over the edge, but you should be concerned about being at the edge of that cliff because you're right there. You're right there.
It's like everybody else except for me is better than me. And it's like, I think it's really over because before I used to just like be really sad. I am sad, but I'm more.
You know, you could always tell when it's not over. Because when something is over, somebody, they're broken up. They're crying their eyes out. And think about how insecure and jealous Chantal is. If she and Nader were over, like it's a done deal, there's no going back, she'd be losing her mind right now. She's calm because she knows it's not over.
More mad now that I let myself be treated. Like when I think of like certain things he said or done, or like things I know he lied about, but he won't admit. Manipulation. Anyway. And I don't want to talk about him. I just want to honestly forget him and just move on. I unsubscribed from his channel. I blocked him, and I don't want.
She's trying to paint this picture to her viewers. Oh, he's really gone this time. I blocked him everywhere. I unsubscribed from his channel. Y'all, you can unblock a phone number. You can unblock somebody's social media accounts. I mean, these things mean nothing. They mean nothing, especially with somebody like her. She changes her mind.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to you anymore. And I don't want to talk about you. A real friend wouldn't leave me stuck. Thanks for uploading my video. Thanks for screaming in my face. For helping you. Anyway, that's it. That's all. This is Christmas. I don't want to. And yes, I have my reasons why I don't want to talk to him directly, okay? I don't think I'm leaving him that bad off. I mean, sorry, but you know, do live streams, find somebody to edit, learn all you can.
Why didn't you teach him?
Even if it's very rudimentary, I had to learn that way. I'm just done giving myself when I'm getting nothing. I'm literally getting nothing.
Chantal, just because you buy somebody's stuff, just because you create an entire channel for them and do thumbnails and film stuff for them, it doesn't mean that you are entitled to their soul, that you are entitled to a relationship, that you are entitled to them being in love with you, that once you do things by your own free will, that means you are entitled to any part of them. See, that's your problem. You think, I did this and this and this for you, therefore I own you. No, you don't. You really, really don't. You don't own anybody. You can't own a human soul.
At all. In return, except extra stress.
She will never acknowledge that the things that she did for Nader, she chose to do. And it's her fault that she did those things with the expectation of, I'm doing this because my goal is for him to be in love with me. Like, she put the expectation of love on Nader. And here's where she got it messed up. She didn't consult him. She didn't go up to him and say, well, how do you feel about me? Like, do you feel any kind of connection with me? Like, are you feeling love at all? Do you think you ever will? She could have asked the questions and gotten the answers right away and then decided if she was going to do all those things for him. She never did. She just made a bunch of high expectations, put a bunch of material goods and money behind it. And her way of thinking is, I'm doing all of this, and regardless of what the other person feels or what they want, what I want matters. And they better give me what I want or I'm going to punish them. She's always been that way.
And shit on, yelled at, whatever. So, I mean,
and why are we going over this today? Well, it's because this live stream was taken 3 years exactly to the day. And this is Chantal's life. This is her life without hobbies or interest or anything to do. Chantal does not know how to do alone very well. Not at all. She doesn't know how to be alone. She doesn't know how to fill up her time. She chooses the wrong things to fill up her time. She chooses men that don't love her. She chooses food. She chooses party favors. She looks towards things and other people to bring joy and excitement into her life. If there's no toxicity, if there's no drama, if there's no party favors, if there's no men, like, she's bored. She gets bored. She doesn't know how to entertain and busy herself. So Chantal's in Canada right now with nothing to do. She might be partying with Nader right now. Considering the picture that I saw of her cameo, it looks like she's been partying in some way. But this is Chantal's life of no interests, no passions, no nothing, no structure, just waiting for the next thrill to come along and keep her busy. What you're seeing her do here 3 years ago, if she had her own place, she'd be living exactly like this. Living amongst filth and garbage, sitting on live stream, babbling about the past, babbling about past relationships, probably going off about Salah. I mean, that's probably incoming, y'all. She's going to badmouth Salah because she needs content. She's going to talk all kinds of mad trash about him. Believe it. It's going to happen. But if she had a house right now, this is how she would live. Living in a virtual human pigsty, getting high, being mad about things out of her control.
no, I'm done with that. I feel depressed right now, but I feel at peace. Like, I know I can just sleep, wake up, and I don't have to worry about anything but myself right now. Yeah, the video chatting, yeah, all that. I'm not putting up with that bullshit anymore. Have them help you. Do you want to move on? He can move on with his channel. And whatever. No, Abra. Or maybe earlier in today and I hung up on him. No, Sabrina, I won't be back there because I have him blocked everywhere for, like, that's it. And I'm tired after our last fight. That's it. That's it. I'm done. So, and I've been here since. I don't want to go back there. That's why I got a new TV. I don't want to hear it.
You know what, Chantal? Every time you did a live stream like this back in Crackhead Olympics, where you would sit in front of your camera, surrounded by filth, looking bored, looking unclean, I'm sure Nader would look at these live streams and say to himself, I've still got control of her. Because even without me, she doesn't have a life. If you wanted to one-up Nader, what you could have done was be a boss beach, you know? Like, be that one. Be that one where you've got a life. You've got things you're doing. Not sit by the phone and wait for his phone call. Structure your life in such a way that, hey, if he doesn't have time for you, okay, go find something else to do. Go find other people to spend your time with. Be that boss that if somebody doesn't call you for days, you're okay with that. You've got things to do. You go spend time around other people. Put out the vibe of my time is valuable. I'm busy. If you ain't got time for me, if you don't want to make time for me, that's okay. I got things to do. I'm making plans. I'm doing stuff over here. But you never put out that vibe. You put out the opposite vibe of, I am so under your control and I'm so addicted to you that you can do whatever you want to me and around me, and I will never walk away. You gave over your power to Nader. You did a live stream where you said, I am addicted to this man. And we all know how you are about your addictions. You're not in recovery for any of your addictions. But you gave over 100% of your power when you said that on a live stream to him. I'm addicted to this man. I'm sure he saw that, heard that, and said, I got her. I can do whatever I want. She's never going to walk away because she doesn't have a life and she doesn't want a life and she's not fighting for life. She's just waiting around for me to call her. Like, you made Nader the focus of your life, Chantal, rather than make you the focus of your life. That was your mistake. But live streams like this let Nader know just how much control he had of you that you gave him.
Just when I called him and he was like, karma's going to come your way. If you say you're going to do something for somebody, follow through. It's called karma.
Yeah, you all of her talk about karma. How's your karma these days, Chantal? How is your karma these days?
And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I have pretty good karma coming my way for everything.
Nope. No. Not anymore. You know what I think, Chantal? I think your whole life you've been stacking bad deeds one on top of the other. You've been filling an entire enormous vault with all the bad things you've done and all the bad things you've said and all the hurt that you've caused people and animals. There is an entire empire building state-sized vault stacked from ceiling to floor with all of your negative everything. It is overflowing. And you thought you could just put stuff in there and you would never have to deal with it. Well, at some point, you got to pay the bill. You got to settle up the debts. And it looks like, I could be wrong, but it looks like karma has come to collect. Your world has been collapsing little by little. Karma's been working on you. And you want to know something surprising, Chantal? Can I tell you a secret? Karma is just simply a collection of energy and acts and deeds and words and the stuff that you put out into the universe by your own free will and choice and design. It is not a punisher. It is a teacher. It is there to teach you things. And here's the surprising part. In my opinion, you, by your own deeds, by your own words, by your own action, by your own energy, you teach yourself. The things that you do, they cycle back around at you. And depending on what you put out there, that's what comes back to you. If you make a bad choice, it's going to cycle back around to you and become something painful. But that pain is there to teach you something. If you learn from that something and you become wiser and more experienced, you learn the lesson, you don't repeat the same mistake, and you move on. You become a better person. But your problem is you never learn. You don't want to learn. You're not interested in learning. So your bad deeds and words and actions have been stacking up like poker chips. And now the piles are falling over. Think about all the things that you put your priority into. What has been the most priority for you, Chantal? What's been important to you? Let's go over the list. It's a very short list. Money. Money's been very important to you. Men. Food. Party favors. At the heart of all of it is the money. Because without the money, then all the other things would disappear, correct? If you didn't have the money, the men are going to go away. Without the money, you can't buy party favors. Without the money, you can't buy all that doggone fast food. So your YouTube channel, where you make the money, that's been going down. The views have been going down. The money's been dipping quite a lot. And that is your fault because you got lazy, because you stopped caring about yourself and about your channel. So that upside down pyramid, that is your life, where everything that mattered to you was stacked on top, and it all rested on one teeny tiny little point at the bottom. Once that point is removed, it all falls down. And that teeny tiny point is the money. The money is going away. You're getting further and further into debt. You can't hang on to the things you want to hang on to. And quite honestly, you shouldn't be hanging on to them, because a lot of the things that you're hanging on to are bad for you. They really are. You know, karma is saying, to remake you, we got to break you. We got to break you down. We got to break down this toxic tower of ego that you built around yourself and for yourself. You put yourself above other people, when really you should be on the ground acknowledging that you are mortal. It's okay to be mortal. It's okay to be human and admit that you're human and you make mistakes. But your vanity and your ego and your pride won't let you. So you got to smash through those walls in order for you to grow, because the walls you put around yourself are restricting you from growing. That's karma's job, to help you grow, to be a better person. And you haven't grown in years, Chantal. You stopped growing a long time ago, and karma has had enough.
Everything I fucking put up with, and everything I did for you, but whatever. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Because I ruined your reputation online. But nothing I said was a lie, so maybe you did it to yourself. Here we are, early Christmas. I didn't say that's what I'm doing, did I, Chi-Chi? How do you know I'm going anywhere? He has lots of followers. He has an opportunity to, make something with his channel.
Can I just talk about something really quick about that? What she just said about Nader and having lots of followers. Chantal likes to bring men online and spotlight them, because those men are an extension of her ego and her vanity and her pride. She likes to say, where's your husband? Where's your man? She is, in her mind, if you're a woman, you're not really a woman and you're not really worth much unless you're in a relationship of some sort. If you're a single woman, you have less value than a woman who's got a ring on her finger or happens to be attached to someone. So she brings her men online. She spotlights them. If they don't already have a channel, she'll make a channel for that person for the purpose of control and manipulation. She puts them in front of people. But here's the weird thing, y'all. Whoever that man is, she doesn't want that man to get too popular, to get too many viewers. She's that insecure and jealous, where if you're a man in her life, she wants people to know about you and watch you, but she doesn't like the idea of, say, some of her viewers liking you more than her or watching you more than her. And so what does she do? She will purposely sabotage whatever said male channel is around her. She did it to Nader. She did it to Salah. That is her way of ensuring whoever that guy is, that he's not going to get too successful. She doesn't want the men in her life to be successful. She wants them to stay attached to her and dependent on her money. If they become successful, they don't need her anymore. So to keep that need in place, she manipulates the situation by doing things and saying things to make the viewers go away, to make the views go away. Using the men in her life to go after people that she doesn't like. Urging them to copyright strike people. Ensuring the fact that nobody on YouTube is going to react to them because of that. And anybody knows that even bad press is good press. Even if there's somebody who hates you talking about you, people are going to get curious and they're going to check out a channel just to see what all the noise is about. And then they might become a sub or a viewer or send a super chat. But she had Nader do her dirty work and throw a bunch of copyright strikes, and he hasn't stopped yet. And he's just not thinking, I'm going after these people. No reaction channels are going to touch me because of me acting like an a-hole. That's going to be bad for my channel. And she knows that. She wants it that way. She wants to keep Nader codependent on her. Same thing with Salah. You think her going on the Locale Live panel was a mistake? Do you think her talking about and laughing about Salah's fetish on there was a mistake? Nah. She did that on purpose, I feel, because she knew that everything was over. And she was going to make sure that nobody went to his channel and watched him. Like, I am going to just throw a match onto the house and watch it burn on the way out. Chantal's motto is, hey, I made you, therefore I can break you. I am not going to build you up and then walk away, and when I'm gone, you're successful. I will make sure you're not successful. Like, she could not stomach the thought of any man that she was with having a successful channel. She'll do everything in her power to stop them from being successful. No man that's ever been around Chantal after Chantal ever became successful, because she made it that way.
Move on. Find somebody who makes you not
and to edit to that thought, it didn't help that the men that she brought on YouTube, none of them had talent. None of them were talented. They suck on the mic. Like, they suck as far as being YouTubers. They don't know how to do videos and stuff. So it was like all the people that she brought on camera to bring the star quality, none of them were stars. They all had trash content.
Flip out, since I'm so frustrating and you don't. Whatever. I don't love him. I thought I did. It's not love. You'd run in a heartbeat, be honest. Nope. I'm done. I'm turned off. After our last fight, I'm turned off. I'm done. I won't go into detail, but he flipped his shit over me wanting to. I swore on my grandmother's life I wouldn't talk about him online, and after, I don't want to make this bad-mouthing him over and over. Jam Joe. Thank you, Jam Joe. Merry Christmas to you as well. I think she would forgive me, though, if it was to protect myself. So I'm not going to come on here and just badmouth him, but we had scheduled something, grocery shopping, and I missed my cats, and I wanted to go home and change the schedule slightly. And he lost his shit, and I don't ever want to see that, and just became very abusive. And
I'm loving all the vague language here. she's doing it on purpose. She claims that Nader is abusive, but yet she doesn't say how he was abusive. And again, you got to read the fine print with Chantal. She says he was abusive, but she doesn't say how he was abusive. There is true abuse and hurt, and then there is something that somebody may view as being abusive, but it really isn't abusive. Like with Chantal, her idea of abuse could be, oh, I spent a bunch of money on him and he didn't let me stay the night. To her, that might be abusive. Or I just bought him groceries at Adonis and I bought him some party favors and he only let me hang out for an hour versus all night. I mean, with you have to question what she considers abusive. Is it true abuse, or are you just saying the word to make it seem like he did wrong when he did no wrong? Do you consider him saying, no, I don't want you at my house, Chantal, as being abusive? Because I'm sorry, if that is the case, that is not being abusive. That is somebody giving their full right to say, I don't want you in my house. I don't want to spend time with you today. Please go home.
I'm not putting myself through that ever again. Actually, that's it. No doubt he will go live now. I had to unsubscribe because I don't want this to be like a battle.
Wait, didn't she say earlier that she had unsubscribed from him? Now she's saying she has to subscribe. Like she has to unsubscribe. But she just said a few minutes ago that she unsubscribed from him. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Chantal unsubscribes from his channel. She's a lurker. She's going to check out his channel and his content regardless. She's got stalker ways, this one.
Of live streams. No, I don't want to go into detail, but it escalated to a bad point again.
About? You know, I'm not saying that Chantal has to get online and share any scary, gory details of whatever encounters she has with Nader. I mean, I certainly wouldn't want anybody in the audience to be triggered if something like that happened to me, you know, like recounting what had happened. But in Chantal's case, I feel that she's not giving details because there are no details.
Almost like before the first bad fight. And
define fight. Define fight. What do you mean by fight? Define fight. What kind of fight? Was it just words? You know, the two of you arguing? That's not abuse. That is just arguing back and forth. Define fight. Was it something physical? Because I'm looking at your face. I don't see any evidence of a physical fight. You know, you don't look shaken up or anything. She used with the words that she's picking, the strokes are broad on that paintbrush, are they not? Saying it's abuse, but not saying what exactly happened. Saying the word fight, but not going into detail. Using a very big paintbrush and letting the audience fill in the blanks.
Nope. He can meet up with whoever he wants to. The only thing is he has like videos of me, so.
Y'all catch that? He's got videos of me. So according to Chantal, there are some private, perhaps adult video clips of some sort of her. I take it that these were done with your knowledge, Chantal, with your consent. Because I can't see how he'd be able to film you without you knowing.
So if anything ever circulates, it's obviously from him. Even though he'll be like, oh, it doesn't have to be from my phone. He can't prove it. He sends me a picture on Messenger of it's an obese dog with my face on it. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You think you're God's gift to
And I don't want to show his face. Sorry about that.
mad at me? For what? What did I do to you? I wanted to come see my
Chantal, I'm of the opinion, I think that you're a bit of a masochist, because I've always said, I think that you have a humiliation degradation fetish, because Nader, he would say awful things about you. He held up your nasty panties and showed them to the camera. He tried on your clothes and made fun of you, and you kept going back for more. I honestly think that you must be a masochist. You have perhaps a humiliation degradation fetish, because you kept going back for more and more and more and more, and you wouldn't stop.
cats. Like, oh, he didn't kick BBJ Orange Chicken, but she hates him, so he scared her. I don't like Buster. I'm kidding. Poor Buster.
Buster hates you, and we support that.
No doubt he will go live now. I had to unsubscribe because I don't want this to be like a battle of live streams.
Shortly after Chantal's live stream, Nader went live with a good friend of 10 years. Yeah, Dee. Is there? I don't want to show Nader. Hold on. Yeah, Dee was there. Dee was there. Yep, that's when Dee entered the picture 3 years ago. Yeah, and the Kiwi farmers were all over it. The Kiwi farmers, man, they can be scary. you know, God, I'm wondering if some of them are in the police force, because they're like detectives and stuff over there. It's scary. Look at that messy kitchen. No excuses for living like that. None. I mean, there were only 2 people in the house, and they lived that nasty. It's so gross. So freaking gross, bro. So Nader, as soon as Chantal finished her live stream, Nader posted that with Dee, and of course she had to go over to the channel, and she saw it, and here we go. Let the games begin.
So messy back there. What's up, guys? Oh, I just want air up. Give me a minute. I don't want no scrubs. Go and pee. Oh.
That mess, I couldn't live like that. I'm sorry. I could not live. That would drive me nuts. I can't.
No, I don't want.
She didn't even wash her hands.
What's up, guys? He's a fucking piece of shit. I can tell he's bothered. He's on his date, and all he can think about is be mad at me. For what? What is he mad at me for? Plain cheeseburgers. Do you want me to list the fucking shit I've done for him versus the shit?
She just got through telling us how awful he was. He was so abusive. He was so awful. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, then, if he's with another woman, why aren't you relieved that he's with another woman? Why aren't you coming on camera and saying, okay, he found somebody. He's not my problem anymore. We weren't getting along. We were like oil and water. He's somebody else's problem now, but he's not my problem. Let that other woman support him financially. Let her take over all the bills and the rent. It's not my issue. I'm washing my hands of the whole thing. Why isn't she doing that? She's coming on camera mad and listing all the things that she did for him as if it matters. As if he should feel guilty that she bought him a pair of salt and pepper shakers, food, paid the rent, paid the bills. These were things that you wanted to do. These are the things you chose to do, Chantal. Nobody forced you. So by your own free will, you chose to do these things. And then you're going to turn around after exercising your free will and try to guilt somebody? into being in a relationship with you versus somebody else, it don't work like that.
He's done to me, and he has the nerve to be like, I'm having a Christmas party with a woman. No, he has the fucking, you have the, I know you're gonna watch this.
She's so mad. Now that she knows that Nader is with another woman, she is, look, she's mad. Look at that face. Mad. Big mad she is.
You have the effing fucking nerve to sit in, it's supposed to be our bedroom, but whatever, your bedroom. A girl
Pinky's up. Pinky is up.
Sitting on your bed. Yeah, that's okay. And you ignore my calls, but I'm not allowed to live with Pete.
Do you know what makes her the most mad, or did make her the most mad? Chantal is a happiness hater. She's a happiness hater. She doesn't know how to be happy. And anybody else around her that's happy, she's going to try to destroy their happiness. She doesn't know how to do happy alone. And she expects other people to bring her happiness. She's not interested in finding her own. And what was making her angry was Nader spending time with Dee Dee. And the message he was putting out is, I don't need you to be happy, Chantal. I can be happy with somebody else. So he could find happiness with another person, but she doesn't know how to do that. She doesn't know how to find other sources of happiness. She's mad because she wasn't a part of his happiness that day. So she's going to get online and rage about it. Like, how dare you be happy without me? As if she brought happiness to his life in the first place.
But I lived with Pete when you met me. And you're fucking lying to everybody when you say we were together for a week. Come on now. Like, it feels like a week, yeah, but give me a break. Anyways. Oh, he's such a liar. And I had a sick feeling this would happen. People are like sympathizing with him more because he's such a piece of crap.
Whew. Yeah, I've already reacted to part 2. Part 2 is on my channel. Let me just take a look at StreamYard. So we're at an hour 33. I think I could do part of the B&E one where she went nuts at Nader. But give me just a moment. Okay, we're back. So we're at an hour 33 for this one. And I think we'll piece together the B&E one. I don't know how many of you have seen that footage. For those of you that haven't seen the footage of when Chantal, she was all gassed up that night. She was enraged because Nader wasn't answering her phone calls. To give you some of the backstory for those who weren't around, like, here's the context. So like I said earlier, she and Nader, they were playing games. They were playing phone tag with each other in a very bad way. First, she wasn't answering his calls. And then he wasn't answering hers. She had spent 3 weeks over at Nader's place. 3 whole weeks where she did not go home at all. Nader wanted some breathing room. He wanted to go out with his friends. Chantal planned on going back over to his house after going to her house to just get a few things done and then go right back over there. Nader told her, I want to go out with some friends. She got upset. She got real upset. She didn't like hearing that. Her mind automatically went into that space of, well, if he's not spending time with me, he must be cheating on me. The Beezers in her chat that night were gassing her up. So her little jealous, insecure mind wanted to go over there and check to see if anybody was home. So she drove herself over there under the pretense that she had to go out to the dispensary. The one that she picked was near his house. She did not really go to the dispensary. She was just trying to cover going to his house by going to a dispensary. And essentially she was stalking him. It was later revealed that Nader was at a neighbor's house and he saw her go over there. He was hiding in a neighbor's house just to get away from Chantal. So that's the context, y'all. That is how possessive she can be, how obsessive she is, how obsessive she still is, because she's never changed. In the almost 3 years that she was in Kuwait, she didn't change a thing about herself. Not a doggone thing. Chantal does not let men in her life go when she should let them go. She doesn't say, let's just part as friends and shake hands and walk away from each other. No, she wants to keep the men in her life in her back pocket in case she needs them for something or she needs companionship. So for those that have not seen the B&E footage, you're about to see it. All right, so let me just go ahead and bring that up. Okay, and we're going to stop this here. And we're going to bring up the other one. And again, this is courtesy of MARLEY HENDRIX. There she is. And this was 5/18/2021. Okay, just so we're clear. This is before the Christmas stream we just saw. Okay, so here she is. She's doing her live stream, and she could have stayed home and just not gone over there. There's really no reason for her to go out that night. But she was restless because she wanted to spend time with Nader, and he didn't want to spend time with her. And that just, him having a social life was just out of the question. You know, what she wants, and she does not make any breathing room for other people. If they want to see other people, if they want to do other things, it's all about, you have to be around to be my companion and to entertain me, because I don't know what to do with myself otherwise. So here we go. Here is Foodie Beauty's B&E live stream meltdown.
There goes all my lipstick. Joe, I cannot sleep.
The person that she's addressing, Joe, is actually Karate Joe. Karate Joe was her main mod for a long, long time. Karate Joe, as people found out later, was a PDF file, a sex offender, a nasty, disgusting sex offender. But that was her, she called him her internet husband. Karate Joe was somebody that was not only her mod on her channel, but he talked to Chantal on the personal. He had her phone number. They talked on the phone. He told Chantal what to eat. When she would go out and do her late night live streams, he told her what to order. He bossed her around and told her when to do the live streams, when to get off the live streams. I mean, he had a lot of control over her. And if you want my opinion, I think it's because Joe was a feedie, giving her money. And that's why she let him have control, because he might have been giving her money. But regardless of what, let's keep going.
I can't eat.
So apparently Chantal had plans with Nader to spend the night together, but he canceled on her last minute. Now she's having an epic meltdown because Chantal did not get her way. So again, she had spent 3 weeks over his place straight, like no leaving. Imagine having someone like Chantal in your house, and she's not the nicest, most pleasant house guest. So she was attached to Nader, and she would not go home, despite the fact that she had her own home and she had her pets there, and she could have just gone home and spent time with her pets and gotten things done and run some errands and had a life. Nader was her entire life. Like, she just wanted nothing but him. Nader told her on the phone, look, I want to go out with my friends. My friends are in town. I want to spend time with them. She did not like hearing that. According to Chantal, him having plans with other people, to her that equated to being disrespectful. He's being disrespectful of me and my feelings. He's not being respectful of my time. That's her selfish mind at work. Because you're not doing what I want you to do, because you're not spending time with me, you're being disrespectful.
and I would walk 500 miles. I'm going to go in the living room so I can charge my phone. Okay. Well, I've been proven wrong. No, not necessarily. I'm just going to stop talking about it. I've talked about, and you know what? Imagine being in a relationship with somebody who talks about you all the time. Not a very good feeling, I'm sure. He did not answer, Lillian. He did not answer my other phone number.
Knowing Nader, him knowing how Chantal is, if he's going out with friends, he doesn't want to be bothered. Can you imagine going out with friends and having a obsessive, jealous, insecure female blowing up your phone, calling every 2 minutes? It's not like he could get on the phone with her and it'd be a 2-minute conversation. Chantal would be so selfish that she would stay on the phone with him and ruin his good time just so he would come home and she could spend time with him. Like, it's all about what she wants. It's not about what the other person wants and what their needs are and how they want to spend their time and taking that into consideration. No, it's about what she wants, always.
So I don't know what he's doing. I don't know, but
exactly. None of your business. You two aren't a couple. If you're not a couple, you have no business knowing his business. If he wants to let you know, he'll tell you or he'll include you. If he's not including you and if he's not telling you, he doesn't want you to know.
Maybe my battery was just really low, eh? I don't know what's going on. My nose. Oh no, I just did that. I flashed you.
Yeah, like, so Marley is saying she's totally manic. I don't know if that's true, but I'm just going to take a guess. This is just my opinion now. I think that the feeling, the energy coming off of Chantal right now, she's on something giving her artificial energy, shall we say. And she's on top of that, she is feeling a bit manic because she is raring to go. She's wanting to leave the house and go spend time with him. And yet she's stuck at the house alone because the person she wants to spend time with is not interested in spending time with her. So she could take that energy and say, clean up the house or do something around the house and get things done. But no, she wants to direct her energy at a certain person who's not interested in spending time with her.
Come here, Sam. Come here. I feel like I should just focus on myself. But it's just like just spending time with this person has made me so happy. And
you have attachment issues. No relationship will work for you if you don't resolve those issues first. True. She gets very attached. She gets attached in a very unhealthy way to the point where it becomes toxic. Chantal is a suffocating person. Like I said, you can't have a life around somebody like this. They will suck all the oxygen out of a room and you can't breathe until you walk out of that room and be by yourself. I don't think she truly understands how suffocating she is. You could give Chantal attention, but it will never be enough. There will never be a point where she says, I've had enough attention today or this week or this month. Go off and do things for yourself. No, she doesn't think like that. That is not her thinking. She needs constant attention.
Caught feelings. And now I can't imagine not being there. Like I miss being there. So I hate love. Love bites. Like I said, love bites. Love bleeds. Remember that song by Def Leppard? I'm a moron. Bad hair.
Love stinks. Yeah.
Love stinks.
Please don't sing that song by the Jay Giles Band. I like that song. Don't ruin it for me.
Yeah. That's right. Anyways, I'm done talking about it. I think it's like, what time? It's almost 11. Like, there's no way. There's just no way. This has never happened to me.
Nader is probably the first man in Chantal's life to tell her no, and now she can't deal. I agree with that. I think everybody in Chantal's life leading up to Nader, they've always given in to her. And that's what's led to her 40-year-old spoiled brat toddler attitude. She looks at the word no as a challenge. For her, no does not mean no. It means try again later, or find another way, or find a workaround. She doesn't like the word no. And she will do everything to turn it into a yes.
I feel like shit. How am I going to sleep? I'm not going to be able to sleep till I hear anything. I'm going to worry now. Like, if he does that to me and makes me, like, not call me all night, I'll be so mad. I'll be so mad. That will just be cruel, you know?
Oh, it's cruel if a person doesn't call you all night. Even after they told you on the phone that they're making other plans, that's cruel. He lets you know, I'm going out with somebody else, his friends, his male friends. That wasn't good enough for her.
I feel like I'm overreacting.
You are.
But at the same time, I feel like I deserve more. Like, I deserve fucking respect.
If you're just a booty call or a booty with money call or friends with benefits, you don't deserve more, Chantal. You don't.
You know? That's how I see it. Plain and simple. And I'm pissed. So I called on the other phone, no one answered, so I don't know what to say.
Did y'all catch that? So she called on his main phone. Once that didn't work, she's like, I called on the other phone. So it's like, she just won't leave him alone.
I feel like just like driving by and being like, hey, can I have my I need to smoke a joint. Like, I won't be able to relax. I won't be able to sleep.
Okay, here's why Chantal always leaves her stuff at Nader's place. So she has access to his apartment and a way to weasel into his life. And for those that weren't around at that time, Chantal said about a guy, I don't think it was about Nader, but she made a very creepy, weird comment of, I just have to get into his house. I just have to get into his house. Why would a person say that? Why would they say, I just have to get into his house? Imagine if a man were to say that about a woman. How that would sound. It doesn't matter if it's a man saying that about a woman or a woman saying that about a man. It's still creepy AF. It is still creepy and predatory. I just have to get into his house. Why is it so important for Chantal to get into a man's house? Could it be because she thinks if she gets into a man's house, that means she's getting closer to him? Or could it be because if she gets into a man's house, she can leave her stuff there, and because her stuff is there, that gives her a reason to bother him over and over and over again? I think it's a little bit of both reason 1 and 2. When she broke up with BB, she left her stuff over at BB's place for over a year. Just for that very reason. So that her and BB would not be completely over and she could just drop by and call BB whenever she wanted. And so it was the case with Nader. She left her stuff over at Nader's place just so she could bother him anytime she wanted and show up uninvited and without consent.
It's a bruise. I honestly don't know from where. I have one here too. I don't know. I bruise so easily. There's always bruises on my boobs because if a man just squeezes them, it bruises. So
you guys saw that she's got bruises on her arms and her chest. When Chantal first started seeing Nader, she claimed the bruises were consensual. Well, she was proud of them. She showed them off. And then later on, she claimed that he was abusing her. So which is it, Chantal? The things that you and Nader were doing, were they consensual or were they not? I think when you came home and you were talking about those bruises, that was the true version. You know, because if he had done something to you to cause those bruises that would be considered abusive, you would have been ashamed of them. Real victims of DV do not show off their bruises. They do everything in the world to hide them. I think when it comes to abuse, it all depends on your mood, not on if it's actual abuse. It becomes abuse when somebody affects your mood in a negative way.
I can't think of when. The only thing I can think of is like positions cause bruises, like, you know, holding onto your arms while I'm full of bruises on my body. So I am.
Look, she's showing them off again.
I don't know where they're from. I have some here, right here, but the other one's healed nicely. Like they're not all. Remember how red and bruised they were? They're not like that anymore. But there's.
I'm sorry. And again, a real victim wouldn't just show off bruises like they're trophies. I just want to point that out again.
One small bruise. I bruise very easily. You know. Anyway, I guess I'm home for the night. Just me and the cats.
And again, if she wanted to get control of Nader, or let me just change that. Let me change that, y'all. If she wanted to impart a sense of, look, I'm a boss and I'm somebody you should be around and you should be around me more, she was doing the exact opposite of what she should have been doing. Like if she wanted to just put out the impression that she's a boss, babe, and I'm busy. I've got things to do. I can busy with myself, and like I've got places to go. I got people to see. I have things to do. By doing streams like this, she showed Nader each and every time, without you, I'm nothing. Without you being around, I've got nothing to do. She gave over more and more of her power to Nader. If she wanted to control him, like she put out the wrong vibe. She put out the helpless, bored, don't know what to do with myself vibe versus the, hey, you better catch me because I'm going to run away from you.
What is my life? What am I doing with my life? Like sitting here worrying about somebody. Like, oh my God, I'm not going to go over there. Can I go find some weed somewhere? Actually, I think there's a place open until midnight. Should we go and get?
Like it's driving her crazy that she doesn't know where Nader is. She just it's out of the scope of her understanding that he can be away from her and be perfectly fine, happy, keep himself busy, that he's got friends to spend time around. She has no friends. She's got nothing to do. Like she centered her whole existence around Nader. Like somebody having a life and doing things with their time, she doesn't understand that. She just pinpoints on a person and that person is the focus of her world, and whoever that person is, you are responsible not just for yourself, but for me. Being my companion and being around me every single minute. You can't be away from me. Like obsessive behavior.
Some? What do you think? Yes? Okay, I just gotta wait for my other phone to charge a bit and then I'll check it. I'm gonna go get it so I can check the internet. Hold on. This smells. All right. Cannabis, Ottawa.
So she's looking up a dispensary near his house to go to, just so she has a reason to go to that side of town, even though I'm sure there were dispensaries near her house she could have gone to if that's what she really wanted to do. But she purposely picked one that was near his house to act like, oh, I'm not really going over there, but yet she did.
I don't feel like I should have to. I feel like can go get my own. I really want to smoke right now. Where is it? Closes at midnight. Okay. I'm gonna call.
I don't think she was calling the weed shop right here. I think she was trying to call him.
It's buffering.
What in the world?
Hi, are you guys open till midnight? Oh yeah, thank you. What? There's a place open till midnight. Should I go get some?
Like, look at her. She doesn't know what to do with herself. She's just sitting there like just twitching in her seat.
I should go darken my eyebrows and put a different shirt on. What do you think? What do you guys think? Let me see what my battery's at. Oh, it's almost full. Okay. Give me a couple minutes. Hey guys. A double chin hider.
Yeah, I remember that turtleneck disaster. She was always using the collar part to hide her double chin.
I don't know what my glucose. I haven't tested it. I don't know. I probably should care more. Ready to work.
And so she went from manic to panic real quick.
Work the corner. Give me some. Anyone call me? No. Oh, I'm not surprised. This is the last time. The last time I wait for a man to call me.
No, it's not the last time. Definitely not the last time. And again, Chantal, if you wanted to prove at that time that you were a boss, you could have just stopped calling the guy and go to bed. And call him in the morning or let him call you.
Yeah, right. Fucking loser. I'll call him one more time from this number.
Oh, Lord. Leave him alone.
And then I'm going to leave it for the night. For real.
No, you're not.
I'm just going to forget it for life. I'm going to leave it for life.
Sure. You know what? Hold on a minute. I got to show this to you. To y'all. Hold on. I'm having a cute moment. I want to share it. Look. Look who's up here with me. Booger. Booger. That's my baby Booger. She's up here with me. Y'all like to see Booger. She hopped up here. She loves it when I wear hoodies. And I'm all nice and warm. And don't you like it, Booger? Yes. That's the baby Booger. With the kisses. Okay. Oh. I gotta get close to the desk. Just stay where you are, Booger. There you go. Okay, we're going back to Chantal. Booger break. She has beauty bites. I have booger breaks. It's a cool thing. Anyway, let's keep going.
Thank you, Andreas. Bitch. Nope. Unless there's a good excuse, there's not going to be a tomorrow for me. I'm not kidding. Like, you don't not call me all night. What the hell? Okay.
He told you earlier that night when you did get him on the phone, he was going out with friends. You had spent 3 weeks straight at his place. You wanted to go back over there. He told you on the phone he made other plans. It wasn't as if he ghosted you. He told you. He just didn't want to spend time with you this night. You just didn't want to hear the word no.
What can that even happen? You're not even thinking about me? Like, no. It doesn't fly with me at all.
In Chantal's mind, if she's around a guy that she likes, that man should be thinking of nothing but her 24/7. You are not allowed to think of any other thing. Just her. You should be on the phone with her 24/7, texting her 24/7.
Just like when I put this on, I look like I have a bigger chin, like already. Fuck. I hate this thing. Oh god. Let's go buy some. I need to calm down. I need to calm down. Men are annoying. So I got an itch like under my, right in the crook where my leg is. All right. Let's go.
Yeah, the Beezers they were gassing her all the way up. They're like, yeah, you should go over there. Yeah, you should go over there. Yeah, you should go over there. At the same time, they can clearly tell she's perhaps manic. She's on something. Is it safe for someone like Chantal to be on the road? Even if she were completely sober, let's just say for devil's argument that she was not on anything. Still, she's in a distressed emotional state. That by itself can lead to dangerous driving because you're not thinking straight. That can lead to an accident. You're hurting somebody or hurting yourself. They should have been telling her, no, Chantal, stay home. Don't go over there. It's not safe for you to drive. But they were gassing her up and urging her to go over there like that.
So we're going to slush and then go in, get some stuff. My floor is really dirty, but you like? I know my foot's all. Anyways, my shoes are everywhere. My house, the landing is a disaster. I need a shoe organizer. I like this thing. Covers my chin.
Into the car, she's punching the gas pedal. So here we have Chantal. She's manic or panicked. She's excited. She's stressed out. She's high emotional state, and she's driving fast.
Come on, car. You can make it. Oh, it's upside down, my thing.
Can I help you?
Hi, I can't really read the board. What kind of super chill drinks do you have?
We have the red raspberry and the pink lemonade.
Okay. Can I have a large pink lemonade one, please?
Okay.
That's everything.
And a few.
Thank you. So, let's try this. Not that great. Ooh, it's sour. All right, guys, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy a couple pre-rolls. Go home. So,
But spoiler alert, she didn't go to the dispensary, buy her pre-rolls, and go home. She shouldn't have been on the road, period, with the way she was behaving and the way she's acting. But she could have just gone to a dispensary close to her, gotten a couple of pre-rolls, and gone home. But she made a point to go to Nader's place.
I have to use my GPS too, so I'm gonna go buy it. It's gonna take a while to get there. It's kind of far. So, I know, basic. I'll be back, so keep an eye out for me, okay? You might not get the notification, so keep an eye. I'll be back. I didn't even drink it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. So I'm not going to drink it. I don't like it. Right? I just felt like stopping and parking and reflecting, I guess, on everything. I couldn't find the weed shop, so I didn't get anything.
She's got a phone. You can pull up Google Maps and it'll tell you exactly where to go. It'll give you directions directly to whatever place you want to go to. It'll tell you, like, turn here, turn left. This is like half a mile. So she lies.
I closed at midnight. Like my GPS.
I mean, she's got two phones. She's got one to stream and one to order stuff off of. She could then Google Maps.
GPS led me to like some weird spot. I don't know. I was just like, what the hell? This is not where it is, you know? So I feel so dumb. I didn't get any weed. I went by his house.
Look at her. Anybody that's ever heard us talk about Chantal and Duper's Delight, this is part of it. Chantal, she's a bad actress. Always has been. always has been a bad actress. She cannot convey proper emotion. She can't stick to one emotion for too long. So she tried crying, and then she's going to ruin it by laughing and smirking. Like, rule number one, Chantal lies. Look like she's barely able to hold back her laughter, pursing those lips together. Otherwise, she's going to burst out laughing.
I wanted to see if he was home, if I could get my stuff.
No. You were not wanting to get your stuff. There were many occasions that Chantal went to Nader's place to spend time. And if she wanted to gather up her stuff and leave, she could have gotten her stuff and left. Like, she would call Nader and get mad and say, I want my stuff. And he would say, well, come and get it. Come get your stuff. She didn't want the stuff. The stuff did not matter to her. She was making ridiculous amounts of money back in the day. She didn't care about the stuff. She didn't care about the pots and pans and little knickknacks and whatever else, because whatever she had at his place, she could have bought them all over again and not gone back over there. It wasn't the stuff. It was the stuff being over there, so she had access to him. And that's why she never took it.
So I get there. No, like, I don't think anyone was home. I don't know. Like, he has his room, which was dark, but I mean,
Chantal, if you had showed up at Nader's place and the lights had been on, you would have knocked on that door. As a matter of fact, you would have pounded on that door until he answered. That's what you were hoping for when you went over there that night. You were hoping that you would go over there and he would be home and he would let you in. And then you would end the live stream and say, I got to go, guys. Bye. But it didn't happen that way, did it?
I mean, if you're in the room with somebody, it's going to be dark. I didn't hear any noise. His kitchen light was on. The door was locked. But his kitchen window, like, I could see inside. And I could see.
She's telling on herself. Most normal people would go up to a front door, knock, and if you don't hear a reply, leave. Not this one. She's driving up to the house. She sees that there's no lights on. That's not good enough. She's going to try the doorknob to see if she can get in. She's going to try the window and peeping in the window. I mean, ridiculous.
His kitchen table, there was, like, still everything on it from, like, the last time I was there. So I didn't really notice my edibles, though. I couldn't really see that well. But there was, like, stuff all over the table, and that's where my edibles were. He doesn't have a car. No. But he was being picked up. I don't know. But what bothers me about that is, like, what situation could you be in where you're gone for, like, hours and hours?
Hello? If you have a social life and if you had friends, Chantal, you would have understood. Have you never in your life had a situation where you are out with friends and you stay out all day, all night, or for several hours? You're just having fun, talking, laughing, hanging out, having dinner, going to a movie. You know, you start out the night at 6 o'clock in the evening and you don't come home till 3 o'clock the next morning. It happens sometimes. It may not have happened with you, but other people could do it. He just wanted a life without you.
And not think about me once. Like, think, oh, maybe she tried.
What if he did think about you? Maybe he did think about you. He's just not going to focus on you enough to call you. If he's out with his buddies, he's out with his buddies and he wants to focus on them.
They're calling me. Maybe, you know, like, maybe she texted me. I just feel stupid. Like,
Chantal, you are that nightmare female. You are such a nightmare female that if, say, Nader did talk to you on the phone, if he texted you, if he called you on the phone, and just meant for it to be like a 2-minute conversation of, hey, Chantal, I'm out with my friends. I'll talk to you later. And that's all he wanted to be. You would not be happy with that. You would get mad because he only gave you 2 minutes. He did not give you 2 hours. You would get mad if he just gave you 2 minutes because he's out with friends. You would not understand that 2 minutes. You'd want more and more and more. You would want to ruin his good time with his friends by taking up all his time.
Oh my God. Like, what is wrong with me?
Everything.
Anyway. I went over there, Jessica. I went over there to see if he was home. He wasn't home, as far as I know. I knocked on the door, nothing. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Like, I don't. That's what's bugging.
You don't know what's going on. You're not supposed to know. You know as much as you're supposed to know. He told you he's going out with friends. That was the only information you were given. That was all he cared to let you know. Be happy with that. Go out and have a life. Stop being so obsessive over men.
Me. I don't know what's going on. And like, I just, like, why can't you at least call me? Like, you know, I did. I texted him. I'm like, answer your phone. Like, if you don't call me, I'm never like, I didn't say this, but I'm going to text. Like, I'm just like, I'm never going to talk to you if you don't call me. Like, I'm worried. Like, how am I supposed to sleep? Like, what if something happened? Like, he was supposed to call me back and he never did. Like, what am I supposed to think? You know, now I'm just like left here all night worrying with like nothing to calm me down. I'm like, I'm just losing my mind. Like, I don't feel like I deserve that.
You know where all this worry is coming from? Chantal is not secure in herself as a woman. She's not confident in the way she looks, in the way she is. She is not a comfortable, secure female. Like, she feels lesser than. She's got some work to do on herself. But she does not feel secure in what she is and who she is as a woman. And she feels insecure and jealous and envious of every other woman in the world. It's not her. Like, it just, that insecurity and that jealousy creates this fear in her that whoever she's found, they're going to be taken away by somebody else. So every woman in the world becomes her enemy, even if they're not interested in Nader. You're a woman, you got a vagina, you are her enemy. Just because you're a woman, just because you might be competition for her. Just because. So all of this manicness going on right now is because she's afraid that Nader might be with another woman. Chantal, trying to control somebody will never work. What you need to control is yourself. You need to get that insecurity and jealousy and possessiveness under control. You need to control that. Because as long as those things are out of control, whatever man you bring around you, they're going to run away. They're going to have to, so they can live and they can breathe. They can do things. They can't do things around you. You won't allow it. You have no life, so you expect whoever comes into your life to also have no life. They should just sit on the couch and talk to you and watch movies with you. And I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. That sounds like one hell of a boring life. To sit on a couch and watch movies all the time. Seal around all the time. That may be your life, but other people, they want to do more. They want to experience life outside of a building, outside of a room. And you do not allow for other people to live and to grow around you. You stop their growth. You stop their happiness. You suck the life out of everybody you're around.
That after everything I've like been through with this person in the past 3 weeks, I don't feel like I deserve that, you know? Like, if you want to date
all of this obsessive behavior, and she'd only been seeing him for 3 weeks, y'all. 3. All of this after being around him for less than a month. She was over at his place for 3 weeks. And he went out for one night And that led her to just almost doing a breaking and entering, peeping in his windows, knocking on his door. Crazy, obsessive behavior. You know, Chantal, if the roles were reversed, and if you were a man doing this to a woman, you would have gone to jail, bro.
Stay away, then fucking hang out with your friends. But at least tell me what you're doing and call me. And when you say you're gonna call me, and let me know.
He did let you know. He told you he's going out with friends.
You know, like I did go there, yeah.
Yeah, she's trying so hard to make herself cry.
I just feel so... I don't know how to feel. Like, I just feel like we just have such different lives, and I just can't picture that mingling together. Like, I don't know.
Boom. You know, I will say this about Crackhead Olympics. Having watched Chantal for a long, long time, I think in the beginning part of her channel, when she first started doing content, and even during Crackhead Olympics, I feel as Chantal had very brief moments of clarity about herself, about her life. They were brief, but they still happened. But after Nader, they stopped happening altogether. Like whatever inner voice that we as people have to guide us, she just shut it all the way down. She just stopped listening to it. And she stopped having those moments of clarity. But during Crackhead Olympics, and even before that, she still had those very, very brief, fleeting moments of clarity. But then as soon as they came, they disappear. And she didn't act on those thoughts.
He seems to have like so many like fun friends and stuff like that.
Right. And you could too. You could have had friends, gone out, done things.
And I mean, I have friends, but not like a lot. And I'm not very social, like in a way.
And that's your problem. You want a man in your life, but you are not taking into consideration who you are, what you're like, versus who your partner is and what they like. If you are an introverted person and you're not social and you don't want to be around people, that's fine. But if you pick a partner who is opposite of you and they have different needs and different wants, how you handle that is you see who they are and what makes them happy, and you make room for that. You don't try to shut down parts of themselves down just to make yourself happy. If you're with somebody that they're social, they've got friends, they want to go hang out, you say, you know, I acknowledge that you are a social person. You're a social butterfly. Go be a social butterfly and flutter around and go do things and be happy. I'll be here when you get back. That's how you handle it. You don't clip their wings and say, you can't fly anymore just because I said so.
Way. I feel like I'm boring.
You are. You're very boring and suffocating. That's a really bad combination. You're boring and you're suffocating and you're controlling and possessive and jealous and manipulative and a liar.
Maybe I'm boring. You know, maybe he doesn't want to just stay in with me all day. Maybe I just knocked and looked.
So there's a pattern here. Did y'all pick up on that? There seems to be a pattern. She picks a guy that she likes. She seduces them with the money. They get bit by the money bug that she puts on them. She wraps them in the silk of comfort and laziness and don't worry about a thing. I'll take care of it all. She gets them used to that lazy, you don't have to do anything lifestyle. Okay. And she expects them to live like her, to do nothing, to go nowhere, to see no one, just to be attached to her at the hip. She did that with Nader. She did that with Salah.
I just want to hurl. I don't want to eat. I don't want to sleep.
Yeah, she might have been doing the nose powder this evening.
And I feel bad just whining about it for like hours with you guys, but I tried the door. I'm like, please be open so I can break in and get my shit. I know that.
Yeah, she is nuts. Again, if she were a man doing this to a woman, she would have gotten arrested. This is stalker behavior. This is not funny. I don't find this funny. To me, it doesn't matter if Chantal is a woman and Nader is a man. I don't like Nader. He's a scumbag. She's a scumbag too. They're both scumbags together. But just because he's a scumbag, evil piece of crap, wrong is wrong. And her acting like a stalker and being a predator and creeping over to his house and checking his doorknob and looking at his window, I'm sorry, it's wrong no matter who does it and for what reason. You are stalking somebody. You're creeping on him and it ain't right to do.
Looks illegal, but I drove by there, not home. I wasn't able to get any weed because my GPS took me to the wrong place. Thanks, guys. I don't even know what I'm crying about. I didn't even want a relationship, and that's why I'm crying. And now I'm all hung up on somebody. Probably, I don't even know if we're even right for each other.
Well, if you don't know if you're right for each other, you're not in a relationship. Maybe you should slow down and get to know the people that you wrap your feelings around, Chantal, you think? I mean, there is a thing called dating. There is a reason why people date. Dating is you're getting to know the person. You don't take your clothes off and jump into bed. You get to know them. You talk to them. You find out all you can around them. You hang out with them and you see all the different moods they have. You learn everything you can about that person before you make the decision to take it a step further. If that's what they want to do, you don't force it upon them. You don't pressure them into a relationship. You don't try to trick them into saying, I'm your girlfriend, or buying your own engagement ring. You get to know them. I mean, you might get to date somebody for a while and get to know them and come to the conclusion, you know, I thought me and this person, maybe there might be a love connection, but after getting to know them, maybe the two of us, we'd be better off as friends. And that's okay. If you date somebody and then you figure out you're better off as friends because you just gained a new friend. There's nothing wrong with just making somebody into a straight platonic friend. Friendship is wonderful, comes with many benefits. Not every association has to be intimate, but for you, in your mind, every association has to include a relationship, an intimate relationship. Well, just you and your expectations, you set yourself up for failure.
I'm so stressed out. I'm so stressed out.
You stress yourself out. I mean, this whole night, she stressed herself out. All of it. She did. She could have stayed her butt home, gone to bed, would have been fine. But she chose to fire up a live stream and listen to her stupid beezers who are putting gas in her gas tank and urging her to drive around town while she's stressed out, while she's manic, which is dangerous driving, remember? Dangerous driving. Dangerous. People were not in the chat saying, no, don't drive right now. You are in a state of emotional distress. You're not thinking right. You can get into an accident. No, they were gassing her up. You stressed yourself out this night. You caused all this.
I don't have anything. Nothing. I'm stupid. Like
you know what's even scarier? Now that I'm thinking about it, we saw what we saw on Chantal's channel that she chose to show us. But I'm sure there was a lot more that we did not see. Like, as she acted this way on camera, can you imagine how she was off camera? Like, I've heard of incidents where she would go to Nader's place and just sit in front of his house and play music in her car for hours. Just sit there in a creepy way. Just sit in her car and stalk him.
who does that? because I thought I was going back there. I don't think he hides a key. He was going to give me a key so I could be there when he gets home from work. He likes that. But it just doesn't make any sense from like how we were for the past 3 weeks. Like just so lovey-dovey.
And y'all understand this. I do understand that there are two adults in this situation. They are both at fault for all the drama. Two adults. Either one could have cut this off. Either one could have said, no, enough. They didn't. They were around each other and playing each other for different reasons. They wouldn't let each other go for different reasons. They were playing one another because they each wanted something different from the other. That's where everything got messed up. You know, but he could have cut it off. She could have cut it off, but they didn't. And that's where Crackhead Olympics came into play.
In like relationship, pretty much like starting one. And now it's just like, what the hell's going on? I hate this shit. Like this shit that just doesn't make sense. It's like I'm in my mind, I'm picturing like at like a huge orgy, like
What?
at a huge orgy, being all kinds of bad.
What? Did y'all catch that? What in the? See, he's away from her this night, and her jealous, possessive mind is making up dialogue and scenarios that aren't even going on. Like she's imagining him in what she says, huge orgies. Like her mind is exploding with he's at a sex party or he's around other people and doing things with other people and I'm not there. So like her imagination is going into toxic places. And that's what's driving her nuts. And Chantal, let's just say he was part of an orgy and he's doing his thing with other people. You're not in a relationship with this man. You have no ownership. You have no pink slip. Do you understand? He could be with 1,000 women. He's not yours. You guys aren't committed to one another.
Doing all kinds of things he shouldn't be. Like, why else wouldn't you answer your phone? What are you doing? Dancing like a clown?
She wanted him to be on the phone with her 24/7 because that was the only assurance that she had that he wasn't boning another female. And let's think about the time that she spent with Salah. Didn't she tell us she had a tracker on his phone? That when he left the house, he would have to FaceTime her. I mean, like she kept a leash on Salah. The same way she tried to put a leash on Nader.
That many hours, you don't check your phone once? You don't check your phone once? No. I'm actually like really disgusted. I'm disgusted. Like, I'm so like annoyed. I'm just so annoyed. I'm so annoyed at myself for even getting in this situation. I just need to, I don't know. I need to relax. I don't know what to do with myself. He has seen my messages, right? So if he knows I'm hurting like that, why would he do that to me?
Because he's out having a good time. And dealing with you would ruin his good time. I mean, Chantal, like, I know you don't have friends. But just let's put this in a way that you would understand. Let's just say you're out with some girlfriends, if you weren't a jealous witch when it came to other women. But let's just say like you didn't have a hatred of women like you do. And you were around some really cool friends. People that you like spending time around, and you just want to have a good time. And you spend time with Nader for 3 weeks to the point where you're sick of seeing his face. So you want to go out with the girlfriends, have a girls' night out, you know, paint the town red, go out to a movie, go shopping, whatever. You're having fun with the girls, having a few drinks, kicking back, you know, all that good stuff. And you're just trying to enjoy some girl time. And then Nader keeps blowing up your doggone phone. Would you want to interrupt all the fun for that? Would you want the vibe to change for that? Because dealing with him would change the vibe. It would completely ruin it. You know, you're around your friends and then your mood would shift and then their mood would shift and then you'd have to go home and you be in a bad mood. Well, that's what Nader felt. You know, he's around his boys, he's having a good time, and then you acting crazy. He's not going to let you ruin his good time.
If you know what I mean? I know what I need to do is be done and just fuck it. Because I can't go through this all the time. I can't. Even if my mind is running away and it's my fault and I'm overreacting, like
all of that is true. Your mind is running away and you are overreacting.
This is just like a bad sign for me that this is toxic already.
Right. 3 weeks in and she's acting this way. The red flags are there. She did not pay attention. And for the record, for those that don't know, please let me help you to know. When Chantal first started seeing Nader, one Chantal gave us enough information to where people knew who he was. And the Kiwi farmers went digging and found out stuff on Nader, a lot of stuff. Stuff such as, you know, he does have a criminal past. I heard that he stabbed someone. There was also mention of Nader had an ex-girlfriend named Delphine. Delphine could have been Chantal's twin. And unfortunately, Delphine passed away. I don't know the cause, but she passed away. But she could have been Chantal's twin sister, literally. Looked exactly like Chantal. But people also found out that Nader was on different swinger sites, adult sites, looking for adult fun. All of this stuff was shown to Chantal. People let her know, look, did you know this stuff about him? You need to know if you don't know. So people stepped forward in girl world and said, hey, all this stuff is found out. It's like, it was revealed that he was on different adult sites with different profiles. She's over there trying to claim him. At the same time, he's putting himself out there as being a party boy. So she found out early what he was about, and she did not back away, and that's on her.
And I can't do that. I can't. So stupid. Why did I get into that? Why? Like, what? Do I have no self-respect? I don't have any self-respect.
You know what, Chantal? You have no self-respect. That's true. Do you want to know why? Because you have no sense of self-worth. You don't value yourself. You put no value in yourself. So if you don't value you, how is anybody around you going to value you? How are they going to see the value in you when you don't put the value in you and you don't see yourself as being valuable? Answer me that. I'll wait. If you are walking around with the vibe and the energy of, I'm desperate, I'm lonely, I'm worthless, I'm worth nothing, you have zero value. You can't expect other people to look at you as valuable. The only people that are going to see you as valuable are the ones who see value in something that you possess, that they can access and make use of, but they will never look at you as a person as being valuable. The men that you surround yourself with, they see the value of your channel and the income that you collect, that they can get a portion of, but they don't value you because you do not carry yourself in such a way that suggests that you are a class A female, that you have valuable assets. You don't have any valuable assets. You have no inner capital to speak of. You're not kind. You are not considerate. You are not intelligent. You don't do good things for people out of the generosity of your heart. You don't do good deeds. You are not clean. You are not polite. You have no good social graces. You got nothing. You've cultivated nothing. Nothing. You are not a woman that a man would take home to mom and dad and show off proudly. The most you will ever get is being the woman that a man would see and get money from and hide from the family. Like he would make use of you and what you possess, but he would never love you. Never. And you, because you don't value yourself, because you put no value into yourself, you being the desperate Debbie that you are, you let men get away with using you. You're okay with that because you use men too. You're a user. You use men and they use you right back. And I guess it's a system you don't want to change. You haven't changed it. You're okay with it. If you want this system to change, if you want different results, you got to bring in a different formula.
But I get crazy like this bean burrito with anybody I fall in love with. I look for little things to like sabotage it or I can't go through this anymore.
You know, Chantal, recognize that there are some patterns here. When it comes to things in your life that you're trying to cultivate, you are guilty of self-sabotage. You destroy what you try to create. You shoot yourself in the foot. You get in your own way all the time. You are your own worst enemy. You self-sabotage. Over 30 years ago, I had somebody in my life who was a lot like you. They weren't like 600 pounds, but their personality, just like you, toxic, just like you. And this person was also a self-sabotager. Like you start up something, and as soon as you start up, you destroy it. And rather than admit, I did this, I'm responsible, pointing a finger at other people and saying, you're the reason why I didn't get what I want. No, you're the reason why you don't get what you want. You're the entire reason. Nobody sabotages you but you. All the time in everything, relationships, money, YouTube, you shoot yourself in the foot. You are your own worst enemy.
I can't bug baby right now. I don't want to go over there. He doesn't deserve me. I don't feel that way.
I think that haunts her even to this day. That BB was a good man and she messed that up. She messed it up by just being a complete total jerk, by the cheating. He was a good man. I think from time to time, she regrets the things that happened with BB. She lost a good one and she knows it. But then again, she was meant to lose him because he was not meant for her. Chantal ruins good men. She wrecks and ruins their life if they stay too long, or if she stays too long. She will ruin their credit. She'll drain their bank account. She'll break their hearts. She'll cheat on them. She'll lie to them. She doesn't appreciate goodness. She exploits it and she abuses it. And that's the reason why she's with scumbags right now, because really that's all she deserves. So anybody on Chantal's side, any of you beezers that you say you deserve somebody better, no, the fuck she doesn't. Excuse my French, but no, she doesn't. She doesn't deserve a good person. She's had a few in her life that she treated like doormats. She did not appreciate them or love them the right way. She looked at them as weak and she used them to the umpteenth degree. Good people are not meant for people like Chantal. If she were a good person, I would say, yeah, maybe she does deserve a good person because she herself is good, but she's not. She is not. And it would take a lot to make her into a good person. And I don't know if she's got enough life left in this lifetime to cultivate being good. I honestly feel that she's too far gone, but that's just me talking. I could be wrong. She could prove me wrong. We will see, won't we? But in the meantime, she's a rotten apple. Spoiled, rotted. That I'm sure at time to time she thinks of BB and thinks, I really screwed up. Yeah, you did. You really, really did with that one.
Now I feel like I don't deserve him or something.
You don't.
Like, you know when you don't know what's going on, so you just picture the worst, like just him like having sex with like 20 people right now in a room.
That's the second time she said that. Chantal, look, I don't want to know what you and Nader have done. Not my business. But the way you talk about it, it makes me wonder if the two of you were, doing that together. If maybe you had some group activities together and that's why that's on your mind. You know what? I don't want to know.
If he's doing what I think he's doing, I'm going to, I can't drink this. Okay. All right. Well, that was fun. That lasted.
See, any normal person, if you just drove to somebody's house, the lights are off, the door is locked, any normal person would go, well, that's that. They're not home. I should just leave. Not her. Look at her acting like a stalker. She's literally sitting outside the house. She's not leaving. She's sitting close by just in case he comes home. Creeper, stalker behavior.
Heartbroken. All right. I'm going to get off soon anyway. Should I drive home now? It'll be dark.
Well, hello. What are you going to do? Sit there in the car until morning? Weird.
I can't. I feel like I can't let. Like I almost want. I want to cry so hard. I just can't. Oh.
She's trying so hard to cry. Look, you know what she's doing, y'all? She's taking her fingers and jamming them into her tear ducts, trying to make herself cry. Look at that, big faker.
Of all things to do with my time that I need to focus on things. I fall in love with something. I fall in love with somebody.
See, that's the problem, Chantal. You fall in love, but they don't fall in love. Don't you get that? You fall in love, but they don't fall in love. Real love means that you got two people. They feel connected to each other. They're on the same wavelength. One person feels love and connection. The other person feels love and connection. And then they feel drawn to each other naturally and they come together. And they might want to be in a relationship of some sort. But you don't care what the other person feels. If they feel anything at all, it's all about, I'm looking at this person. I want them. Therefore, they're going to be mine. You fall in love, but the other person didn't fall in love. They don't feel love at all. Not at all. And you, big idiot, if this man felt love like you want him to, why was he making you pay for that love? I ask you, why? Love is free. It costs nothing. If he really cared about you, he would have been supporting himself and saying, hey, Chantal, come on over for free. Let's go do things together for free. Every single time you went over there, you were giving him money. You were paying his bills. You were paying his rent. Cover charge in the club Nader was quite high, wasn't it? buying his alcohol and whatever else. You were paying through the nose just to spend a little bit of time with him. And you never stopped paying. If he cared about you, why wasn't he introducing you to said friends? Why wasn't he introducing you to his family? He kept you on the outside edge of his life for a reason. If you're someone that you're interested in another person and they are not introducing you to the friends and the family and like letting you in the inner circle, that's a sign that, like you're just a friend or a friend with benefit. You're not someone they want to bring in on the inner circle. Did nobody ever teach you that? I don't think anybody ever taught you.
And get into something that's problematic and toxic. What does that sound like? Oh, I'm sure he'll call me tomorrow. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. That's what I'm going to hear.
And you know what, Chantal? All this vitriol that you're saying right now, all this lip service, the moment that your phone lights up with this phone call, your face is going to light up. You're going to have a big old smile on your face and you won't say a word to him. You'd be like, hi, Nader, because that's how you always are.
He probably thinks I'm stupid. You know that? I'm not stupid. I just want my stuff. I just want to.
You don't care about your stuff. You did not go over there this night for your stuff. You could give a crap less about anything in that house. You just want to see the person who lives there. That's all.
I mean, I know I should just cut it right now when it's like only 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I just melt.
Oh, God. Ew. He just makes me melt. A crackhead makes me melt. Excuse me? What? Never in my life have I seen a story of, I fell in love with a crackhead and he makes me melt until Chantal.
So
a real Harlequin romance.
I don't know what to do. I feel like I should do that and have respect for myself, because in the past when men have treated me, reminds me of how I've been treated by men before and how I just like let them walk all over me, because I didn't have any self-worth and I didn't.
What? Men walk all over her. She's not going to talk about how she walked all over Pete's, because Pete's was before Nader. She's not going to talk about how she basically pressured him into a relationship that when they were living together, he didn't want to be with Chantal. She pressured him into a relationship. They got into a relationship. They actually got engaged. And she left Pete's not once but twice. And she cheated on him repeatedly, to the point where Pete was so attached to her, he said, I don't care who you're with, intimately, just don't leave me. He begged her not to leave. And then she left Pete for BB. She left Pete emotionally and financially devastated. And then while she was with BB, she was still getting money from Pete because he's stupid and gave it to her. And then she got with BB, sucking off of him and his resources and his household, cheated on BB. So what is this about, the men have stepped all over me? Ma'am, you're the one that's been doing the stepping. You've stepped all over people.
Didn't care enough about myself, and I liked them so much. I just want to make myself sick just thinking about it. Stupid fuck. I feel stupid right now. I feel stupid. I'm more.
Like the way Chantal is, I question everything. Like the claims that she makes against men. Like he was so abusive. He was so mean to me. They stepped all over me. I would love to know the real stories. If her version is they hurt me, they abused me, blah, blah, blah. The real version might be something as simple as the guy simply rejected her, did not want to be with her, did not want to go on a date with her, did not want to be in a relationship with her, and turned her down. And suddenly that became, he was abusive and he walked all over me. Because in her mind, a little thing is turned into a mountain.
I'm mad at myself. This is about me. All right, I'm gonna go home.
Yeah, go home.
Hold on. Where's my pen?
Good Lord, the breathing. She is so overacting right now. Stop. Creepy.
I'm like super.
Sorry about the breathing, guys. That was creepy.
All right. I'm just kidding. So, what's up, guys? Oh,
I honestly think that she, when Nader wasn't around, she would purposely like do these long live streams, just hoping that he would see her online and reach out to her. Like she was literally just waiting for Nader to make that phone call.
oh, I miss the way he says, "Give me those boobs."
What?
Okay, I gotta stop. Stop it. I'll probably be online tomorrow, updating you all. I'm wearing a bra. This my bra. I took my shirt off because it's too hot for a total night.
It's not too hot. She's in a house with AC. She's got the fan running. She was just hoping that by coming on camera half naked, that would appeal to Nader.
I take care of my teeth.
And I will never forget, Chantal, as far as you and your bras, girl. I remember you and your badly fitted bras. The band would be way too tight and the cups would be way too big. Way too big. You could never get that bra size right.
There's a bruise. I know. I'm bruised everywhere. From head to toe.
Like, look, you could tell the bra's too big. And yes, I am bra shaming. Because, again, we're talking about a woman who had plenty of money. She could have bought clothes that fit her well, made her look nice, including her underthings. She could have had bras custom made for her if she wanted. But she would always buy bras that literally cut off her air, and the cups would be sitting off of her skin. There's no reason for that.
I'm just joking. Oh, the other phone. Shit, it's downstairs. I really want to go get it. So, what do you think I should? Go check? Should I go get it? I can keep calling him from it. Answer your phone! Didn't call. I know. I mean, there's no point going to get it. I know he didn't call. So I guess he's ignoring everybody equally, which is good. He's at an orgy, I know it. No, he's not at work. He's at an orgy. Without me. Just okay. He could be watching. If you're watching, call me.
See? She was waiting. She was deliberately online waiting for him to call her.
Thanks. Yeah. Bitch.
She was complaining about him. He's so abusive and I really should back away, but call me.
Could he have left his phone at home? Maybe. But his house looked the exact same as when I left it. Messy. I'm a bad influence. I swear. Okay. What should I do? Go to bed? Try to go to bed, and then wake up and be like, you know when you can't sleep but you wish the time would just go? Go downstairs and get the phone. I'm not going to sleep, right, Andreas? What am I going to do?
No, she won't sleep. She would stay up all night waiting for him to call her.
I have no weed right now. Like none.
Lies.
Nothing.
Lies.
And I can't sleep.
Lies. Well, maybe you should lay off the nose powder, then you could sleep.
Call him from a random number. That was a rant. My phone downstairs doesn't know I have that number. I never use it. If you didn't answer that.
She probably called him on that phone when the stream was over.
Not even my pen. I left it. Forgot it. Fuck. Oh.
Huh?
You're not in bed?
Not yet.
Beezer.
Soon.
I'm kidding. All right. Should I go get the phone? Okay, I'll go get it in a minute. Are you going downstairs at some point?
I need to refill my water bottle and drink some
Crazy.
fish.
Okay, can you bring my phone back up when you go?
Okay.
It's my iPhone. I think men and women think differently because if that was me, I couldn't go a whole night without thinking about, like, my man. You know?
Oh my God, her man.
especially if I'm out somewhere. I don't know. I guess it depends. If I'm playing games with my girlfriends, and I would just quickly answer and be like, "Can I call you after? I'm busy." You know what I mean? A little bit of respect.
No, you wouldn't. Chantal, if you had gone out with a bunch, like knowing you, if you were having a girls' night out, it's supposed to be about you and the girls, and Nader called you, you would deliberately become obnoxious and be on the phone with him in front of your girlfriends, just to kind of like use his presence on the phone as kind of like a brag of like, look, I've got a man and he's calling me. He loves me so much. You would do that in front of women just to brag, have something to brag about. Look, he cares about me. See, he called me. He really loves me.
I feel like I'm shit.
Well, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it must have feathers.
Maybe he's gonna stay out for like days. I don't know what the fuck his problem is. He's definitely at an orgy.
That's the third time she said that. I'm wondering, Chantal, did you and Nader do freaky stuff? If you have, I don't want to know.
I wish I had his apartment key so I could go get my shit. I should have taken it from him when he offered it.
If you had a key to his place, you wouldn't have just walked in there and gotten your stuff and then put it in your car and drove home. What you would have done is you would have gotten the key, walked into his house, and crashed on the couch and waited for him to return.
It to me. Oh man, I wish so bad. I would have gone inside and got my stuff if I had the key for sure. And I would be. I'm gonna get my stuff. Yes, I'm getting my stuff. I'm getting my stuff tomorrow, regardless. Unless he doesn't come home. I don't know.
Right. This is why she leaves her stuff, so she can go right back. I just have to get into his house. Remember, I just have to get into his house. And that's why she leaves her stuff at somebody's house. So that whoever the person is, they can't get rid of her. She has a reason to call. She has a reason to show up. Even if you have a $1 million diamond necklace over at the crack house, Chantal, it's still a good idea to get the person consent to come over. You don't have the right to show up whenever you want and start banging on the door. But she uses material things to invade somebody's personal private space, or try to just dominate their life.
I don't know where he could be. Tomorrow's a new day. Anyways, you're right. And I left a really nice bra there in underwear. So I gotta get that back too. Oh, and a nice silky nightgown. I don't know the situation, so I shouldn't even talk about this. Couldn't hold it in anymore. You know, earlier on my live stream when I got that phone call, that was him saying the people were coming to see him. And I was like, just like, what? I was getting ready to come over. You know? So
see, now the picture she tried to paint earlier was, oh, he stood her up. He ghosted her. He did not ghost her. She wanted to go over, and he told her, look, there are people coming to pick me up. I'm going out. He told her, I'm going out. He didn't have to report back to her. She was just a booty call that had stayed way too long and worn out her welcome. But as a courtesy, he told her, look, I know you want to come over, but I'm going out tonight. So he informed her, I'm not going to be around.
What do you mean? No, that's not okay. Why are you like, felt like you didn't want to see me or something? I felt like it was an excuse. The way he said.
No. He's telling you what he's doing is not an excuse. And even if it is an excuse, he doesn't want to spend time with you. Just accept it and move on.
It too. I felt like it was an excuse.
What doesn't matter? When any person says, I don't want to spend time with you, or I would rather spend my time doing something else, just accept it. Don't fight it. Don't argue against it. Just go, okay, thank you very much, and do something else. It's just so simple.
And then I said to him, I texted him and I said, it sounds like a weird excuse. Are you sure you're not seeing a woman? And he's like, come on, stop.
And Chantal, do you realize by you saying what you just said, things like that, that is the kind of stuff that will make a man run away from you? Like when you barely know a person and you're already trying to put shackles on their wrists and their ankles. It's stuff like that that will make somebody that you're interested in run away. Because they're taking notes and they're like, I barely know this chick. And she's already trying to claim 100% of my time and my personal space. Red flags on the play, red flags on the field. People run from things like that.
That. But I was like, he's like, you know what? Do you want me to cancel? He's like, I'm canceling. And I said, no, you're not canceling. Just go have fun and just call me when you're done, you know?
Right. So like he told her, look, I got plans. And she goes, don't cancel. And she acted crazy.
He's like, no, I'm going to cancel. And then he's like, and then he said that thing about me having sex with BB. And then he's like, oh, my friend's calling me on the line. I got to go. And it was like closer to 6. And then he said he was going to call me back. And I just never heard from him.
Okay. So that's it for that. That is the deleted B&E. So I hope you guys enjoy kind of double feature. I know it's Christmas, guys. Y'all have a very happy Christmas. Enjoy yourselves tonight. And before I leave, y'all be careful out there. You hear me? It is the holiday season. Be careful driving around if you have to drive. Be very careful being out there on the road. There might be people driving around that might be a bit intoxicated. If you're somewhere and perhaps you're intoxicated, please don't drive. Don't get behind the wheel. Take an Uber. Call a friend. Call a relative to come pick you up. If you're somewhere and you see someone that's intoxicated, don't let them drive. You know, take the keys from them or offer to get them an Uber or something. Anything's better than somebody getting into an accident on the road. Just from now until after New Year's, just be mindful of the road and the people on it, because people get in the holiday spirit and it can lead to bad driving. So y'all be careful out there. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves tonight and tomorrow, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.